Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Aeos here on Ggameknights. I don't usually do the intro, but today I am, because Sean's pushing all the buttons. Thanks for tuning in. If you are here with us live here on GGK, you can check out our schedule of wonderful events everywhere. It's on our Twitch page, it's pinned to our Twitter, it's also pinned to our Discord, which you can join and come hang out with us. We're here to play Dungeons and Dragons today. But before we do that, Alex is gonna tell us what happened last time.
Previously on Aeos, our town had been attacked, so we had about a week of time to fix things up. We built a kennel for Curiosity's Undead, did some more research and just prep around the town. Some of our people we sent on missions came back. And amidst all that, Folan told us that he had received a mysterious message of, hey, you should go rob some shit. Not sure who that came from, but turns out they want us to go rob a Lord Wafflestone, who is apparently a powerful mage in Celestia, which is the town that Velios's family runs. So we all headed up that away to take care of that, because putting a lot of the big problem stuff, the four horse dudes of the Armageddon, all that on hold for a little bit, because we did find out we have a little bit of time for them to regain their powers. So we're doing jobs and stuff so we can get good loot so we can use that and save the world. So we headed up to Celestia. We heard from Zemnian and Ashrin, who we are bringing along, that there is a thief up there by the name of the Black Viper, who is the only person who has made it into Lord Wafflestone's heavily guarded and trapped tower and made it out without getting caught. So we decided we would try and get in touch with them. But once we got up there, seeing as Avelius' family runs the town, we want to go check in with them, stay there, live the life of luxury, and found out that one of Avelius' brothers was getting married that very day. And of course, they hadn't sent him an invite because it was prophesied that he would be there for the wedding. And so prophecy came true, all that bullshit. His family is basically the mafia and runs the whole town. But in the hour or so before the wedding, Folan and Kozo went to check out a tavern where Zemnian had said, this is where you can find the Black Viper, which they did. They made contact successfully, found out the Black Viper was a blue tiefling woman who they negotiated on her rate to help us get into the Waffle House, Lord Wafflestone's tower. But then she was like, hey, I have somewhere to go, so we'll meet up later and figure this out some more. They came back for the wedding, and lo and behold, the bride is a blue tiefling woman who very pointedly was like, you don't know me, don't say anything. But we were all informed of this later. We were also told by the Black Viper that there is someone who holds the magic key to get into the tower, and they just so happen to be a guest at the wedding, and we have their business card. And then there was a lot of dancing and drinking and sleeve ripping, and that is where we left things off.
Okay, so now we're all caught up. I was going to start at the next morning of the wedding and the shenanigans and fun times you were all getting up to. Is there anything in particular that happened during the wedding that...
I mean, at some point, Saul ripped the sleeves off and probably had to evade tailors who tried to tackle him and put him back on.
I did mind control magic. I looked at her accusingly and she straight up didn't remember. No, I forgot. How does Folan feel about that?
Yeah, I think that Folan's probably going to have a conversation with Koza, just like real quick as we're leaving the ceremony, or leaving the reception.
Probably pretty drunk.
Yeah. I think he just pulls her aside and goes, Just one thing before we head off. I assume that was you at the magic?
Yeah.
The brain thing? Yeah. Please don't do that without asking first.
But you needed to relax.
I appreciate it, and at the moment, I agree with you, but it's a little jarring and not very polite to do that. If you asked me, I might have said yes anyway, because I was a bit stressed out about that situation. But at least to the friends, when we're fighting people, if you need to do, I mean, that's different.
Right, yeah.
Bad guys, but
Like any magic or just mind control and stuff?
let's go with any magic without asking first.
What if you're like dead
friends.
and I need to heal you?
Okay, well,
I think what you need to do is write me a rule, and then make it as specific as you can, and then I'll add it to my list.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll work on that. I'll get Curious Help, which is probably better.
Right.
Yeah, that sort of thing. I appreciate you listening, though.
Right, yeah. No, it looked like you had fun.
I did. I'm not a good dancer.
Well, you were better with the magic.
I was. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Just please don't do it again.
Right, okay.
Okay, all right. Goes to Curiosity at some point and also says, like, hey, help me write this, please, because I don't know how to frame this.
Do you tell her why?
No.
Okay.
It just says, I noticed her casting magic on some people that, I'm not really sure. We should probably make some sort of rule about her casting spells on us, just hypothetically if she were to, try to control our minds or something.
Yes, all right.
All right. And she apparently keeps a list that the one that she talks about that Saul gave her.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're probably better equipped to actually draft that.
That's fair. Okay.
Good. So did you have fun?
Oh, yes, I had a lot of fun.
Good. Good. I suppose should be getting some rest now. If you're planning on resting.
I'm going to try.
Good. Good night.
Okay.
Even the servants were
Coward.
feeling awkward during that conversation. They're just watching it go back and forth going, really? Really, dude? That's... Okay. Anything with Aeos, or would you just relax and have fun?
I think I just have fun and catch up with my brothers. I know that I probably won't be able to talk to Carrick much as it is his wedding, so he's expected to talk to everybody. But yeah, I'll hang out with the others.
Cool. Anything in particular you wanted?
I am going to ask them if they know which god gave me my powers, because that is becoming important, I feel like.
You see, whenever you ask, some of them more subtle than the others, kind of, and then change the subject, like they've been told and raised to not mention it because for some reason they've just been told don't mention which god did this, don't try and specify these prophecies. This is all just so he feels special because he takes this job a little bit too extreme with the killing of people instead of just torturing. So that seems like more of a question towards your parents and an interrogation needed because your brothers, they won't disobey.
All right. Yeah, I'll go find probably my dad, probably less busy at the wedding than my mom, I would have imagined. So I'll go find him.
Yeah, I need to find his name again.
I didn't catch it, so I can't help this time. I just called him Papa Aeos.
C.
Yeah, Caldrum or something like that. Caeldrim.
The Godfather's sitting in his same chair in his library.
He didn't get up. He went back
He
after the
did.
wedding,
The
or he's there the
parties
whole time.
happens. There's a lot going on. He's got work doesn't stop for your family.
Mm-hmm.
He celebrated. He's got a little bit of downtime. Come in, son.
Oh, hey, Dad. So it's kind of been coming up with the whole prophecy stuff going on. Just wondering what God is the one who gave me my powers.
Yeah, you sure? Yeah, look, maybe you earned them yourself.
I
Why does
definitely
it
did not.
to be
I was for sure born with them.
okay. 'Cause why do you think it's a god? Like,
Because I can heal people, and normally people can't do that. And also, you guys told me it was a god.
we
So
did, didn't we? We did. Oh, it's somewhere in this paperwork. He just opens up a random drawer and he's like, it's like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Then he slowly looks up and he's like, is there any god you were thinking it was?
I I don't know any of the gods' names. It's not really. I never really focused on religion. So
Okay, of course you didn't. Because we told you not to. Now it's all coming back. Oh, your mother's so much better at fighting this stuff than me. You here for another day?
yeah, we're gonna be here for a little bit. I should probably warn you. I sent the letter. It might not have reached here yet. So one of those prophecies I'm in, another one came true. We let out the 4 horse dudes of the apocalypse, and they're roaming around. So be careful for them.
I'm sorry, what?
Those prophecies.
Another one
one
came
of them.
true?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And 4 horse dudes of the apocalypse. Okay.
Or of the Armageddon. Sorry. Yeah.
The
not the.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to do anything about that? Is this just like it's just gonna resolve itself?
Well, we're hoping to
Okay.
stop them. Me and my group of friends here. But in the event that we all die a horrible death, it may fall on to my brothers, and possibly one of you. I'm not sure which one of you is related to the 4 horse dudes.
Well, hopefully it's me and not your mother, because she'd probably say something and get in trouble with them.
That's true, yeah.
Or invite them in for cake. But yeah, you stop by before you leave, and I'll have all the information arranged in regards to your birth and which god decided to bless this world with your abilities.
All right.
And why you're the chosen one.
I don't. I just need to know which one. I'll get into contact with their leadership separately.
So you'll contact their people?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So I don't need to arrange for that. And he's like crossing out contact their people and like, I'll get a dossier of.
Also, it has come to my attention. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but one of the people that has been providing y'all with prophecies, it kind of turns out that he was probably some kind of con man. He ran into like a thief type person who knows him. So there's that.
Do you remember the name of that con man which conned this family?
David doesn't. So we'll say no.
Dad?
Huh?
We're talking about
No,
Fallon's dad.
No, there's someone else that Finn knew.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. I don't think did I give a name, Alex? Or
I'd have to go
I think-
back and find that session.
I think I gave a name, and
oh yeah,
I don't know where I
insert
wrote it
name
down.
here. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Cool. I was like, yeah, we. Downside of not taking notes as a DM. Yeah, we've stopped using that person. Apparently they needed the subject here, and we weren't happy referring to you as the subject.
All right.
So we remedied that situation.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know then. It's all right. Like I said, we're around for a few days. I'll let you get back to work, but me and my friends will probably be asking you about the giant stone guardian things. Maybe tomorrow or something. Just so
Okay.
good night. Let's get back to it.
And the look of horror on his face when you're like, we may be asking about the Stone Guardians. And it's just, wait, what? Just, okay. He's gonna die. Okay. Morning rolls round. How hungover are people?
Constitution saving throw. That's a 5.
I mean, probably
Very-
not very. My liver is like an iron will.
200 years old.
Yeah.
Probably fine.
Got tolerance.
You're past 30, dude. It hits you hard.
No, that's true. Well, actually, that's a good point.
Do it.
That's an
That's
18.
fine, yeah.
Probably okay.
The next morning, once we're a little removed from everything, I do want to go talk to Aeos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which one. If you guys remember which one, please tell me. But one of his family members definitely just straight up admitted to me that all the prophecies were fake.
It was my mom.
It was your mom? Okay, that's what I thought. Great, we should talk about that. I'm gonna go find him.
All right. I'm probably just hanging out in my room.
Oh, okay, well, I'll knock then. Knock, knock.
I'll have whichever servant is feeding me my breakfast open the door.
Oh, God.
Wait. Feeding
I'm-
you? Like literally feeding you? Or just like
Yeah,
giving you your
I gotta
breakfast?
get dressed. There's other people getting me dressed.
Have you ever seen Aeos eat?
Just like,
That's
yeah.
the treatment I want at this house. Come on.
Yeah, right. So I'll knock on the door.
One
Good
of
mo-
the servants comes, opens it for you, and be like, Master of Aeos is currently getting dressed at the moment.
Aeos, it's me. Can I come in?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm behind the screen in here. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay. They bow as you walk in, and they.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Can we talk?
Sure. Yeah.
Just us. Just the two of us.
Yeah, we're talking right now. What do you?
Oh, no. I do really think this might just be a thing that you want to hear.
Who else? Oh, sorry.
Oh, Jesus.
Forgets their
Okay. Yeah, if everyone could just leave for a little bit, then I'll come out. I'm mostly dressed.
I wanted to speak with you. I had a very interesting conversation with your mother yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. About the prophecies about you.
Okay. Yeah.
They're fake.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how fake?
9 to 10, depending.
All right. So real fake then. Okay.
Yeah, she just sort of told me outright. As outright as you can be.
You know, it's good to know. I can't say I'm not a little shocked at that. Yeah. Sorry, got something in my eye.
Oh no.
All right.
Velio starts ugly crying.
No. My whole life is a lie. No.
She asked me not to say anything. And you know I wasn't going to keep it from you, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, don't worry. I mean, if I'm being honest, I was kind of putting that together myself already between the whole, Folan's dad making up the prophecy that kicked this whole thing off.
Right.
And then, Finn knowing that one guy was a con man and everything. I was putting it together. I appreciate the confirmation, though.
Are you okay?
I have to assume no. I'm handling it well at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see where it takes us.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk about it.
I will at some point. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I think I have to figure out a little bit more where I want to go with this.
Okay. I don't think it changes anything,
No, I mean, I've talked to a few clerics before. They've heard of people that have that are like me who have been blessed by some sort of celestial presence. So, I just had to figure out, if my parents weren't telling me why I'm here, I had to figure out why I am. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay, well. You know where to find us if you want to talk about it. Doesn't change anything for us.
All right. Well, that's good to know then.
You're our friend either way. Prophecies or not.
Oh, we'll appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Now I just got to figure out what else my parents have been keeping from me. So.
Oh, does that sound familiar? Alright. Well, I'll leave you till breakfast.
Oh, appreciate it. And I'll just kind of... you all can come back in. I know you were listening outside.
You hear something drop to the ground and people... Oh! Door opens, they all just walk in like, I heard nothing.
I'll leave.
Into the corner. And you're like, oh, what a snitch. Okay. Well, it's finished getting dressed. Do they lift your leg up as well, or do you do that yourself?
I do that myself. I can lift my own leg up.
I'm just saying, you really hate physical activity. It's just like, oh, I don't want to.
I'm glad to know where the baseline is for what he's willing to do himself, though. I can lift my own leg.
But he does need someone to stand there so he can keep his balance. Yeah.
Someone's got his jaw going numb. Oh, life must be rough living at the manor.
Yep, had a hard life.
Any other morning scenes? There's nothing else going on. Sometime throughout the morning, all of you received a message from one of the staff from the house saying that Lady Casey has requested your presence with her in the gardens for a little tea.
She sends this to everyone.
Which gardens? Is it the winter or spring garden?
Isn't it just winter in this place?
We can afford a spring garden.
Just constant heating.
The spring garden, because it's brighter. There's more color. It's not just white and miserable. Yeah, everyone in your group, she saw you all talking together, whispering.
Mm.
And as you arrive, you see the tailor is there as well.
Hi.
Person. Oh, hello. And then when he sees Saul, the look of you ripping my seat.
I mean, look, because he's now in like his normal attire of just a vest and shorts. It's like sleeves just get in the way of all this, and then pew pew 2 sunbeams up into the sky.
It's a passing bird.
No, brother.
And Lady Case is going, this is not going to be a subtle heist, is it?
Good morning to you, too.
Yes, good morning.
Are we having brunch?
You just had breakfast.
Right, but after breakfast is brunch.
She is right. Technically speaking.
By a time, yes, but having breakfast, it's more just lunch. Because you've already had... Well, I'll get some scones.
Yay.
And she sends some little woodland creature off to go talk to someone to get scones.
So is this your partner in your arrangement here?
No, she married last night.
Not that kind.
No, I just thought, with how everything went last night and the quality of the clothing, that our good friend here may, come in handy.
Sure.
I'm usually the one that's following things, and I'm not following.
I'm assuming since you just used the word heist in front of them that they're somehow involved in all of this.
We're getting new clothing for the heist.
Now, is this the tailor or the Seamus Magister guy?
That's a good question.
Magister,
Okay.
The tailor.
Right. Oh, they're the same person?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
What?
Well, because there were presumably a team of tailors getting us all kitted, but this
He's
is
the one which
tailor.
designed everything and all that. He's the one which gave the card to Aeos and like, I thought you were your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Takes off a mask, Mission Impossible style.
And it's just the same face.
So is this person, what you're doing here, what you're running, is separate than what we're trying to do? We're not stepping on each other's toes here, right?
We heard there could be something dangerous happening inside the tower, and we were trying to get in, make sure it's all safe.
Oh.
And-
All right.
Right.
Isn't that the same thing you're trying to do?
Mhm.
Definitely.
See, so we're all on the same team. Who was that too? It's just-
Look, a butterfly.
Oh. She's just going off eating flowers now.
So,
Oh no.
in order to get to
This
this...
is going to help us get through some of the obstacles to make sure everything's okay inside.
Good. We appreciate your help, Seamus.
I'm just glad to be able to assist the nobles of this town.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
As you should be.
kind
Yeah,
of you.
of course, I am. He's just still trying to work out exactly why he's here. This is not to discuss, like, anything to do with tailoring, and he's confused that.
He knows the password, right? Like,
Yeah, but apart from that, he's like, why exactly, like, how'd you hear there was an issue? He's just... This lady just got married and she's talking about, like, she's meant to be a noble. You guys don't get involved in this kind of stuff. Generally, you have your underlings to do it. Why is she getting involved? Why are you getting involved? You're one of the people in town.
because when you're one of the people in town, you take on the duties you want to take on. Right? This is something we want to do, so we don't want to send underlings to do it, because sometimes you need to take care of things yourself. I'm sure you understand that. You have a lot of people that work for you, but you don't trust them to do everything you do.
I'm the only employee of my business.
Who were all those people that were taking measurements yesterday?
That were your people. I
Oh.
just designed and brought fabric.
So, as far as this noble endeavor that we're undertaking, it seems like all we need from you is a bit of information, and you don't have to worry about endangering yourself by being involved in it. So,
Does he have to say the password?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you kind of need my voice to...
I forgot that part because I don't have my notes in front of me. Is there any way that we could replicate their voice, Carrie? Thank you for pulling that earbud out of my head.
What an excellent question. Let me look in my spell book.
Minor illusion would work if you did that.
I'm pretty sure
Spell
I have
book,
that or
spell
something
book.
similar. Spell book, spell book. Oh, no, I don't.
Minor illusion?
No, I don't.
That just made things a lot harder.
I don't know what the rules for parrots are in this edition, but in older editions, they could mimic things. I could turn someone into a parrot.
Can I be a parrot?
I know ravens in this edition can mimic things too.
Couldn't we get,
I could just make him do it.
I've forgotten her name.
That's
Ashran,
actually...
I just looked it
Ashran.
up, I'm like, you've also got a druid. Let's see
Doesn't
what
she turn
spells
into
Ashran
animals? Is that a
I'm
thing?
not able to have a flying speed yet.
We don't know. Is that a thing all parrots can do? Or is that just...
What's a parrot?
It's a
It's a very
Colourful
colourful
bird from
bird
the
that
south.
can speak with people's voices like kangaroos.
Huh. Do they live in the
So
north?
Can you mimic people?
Eric
I mean,
Hope
we
does
have a
not
few
have
here.
A mimicry trait now.
I think ravens, I know, they have a mimicry trait.
We're gonna say no, unless you know the minor illusion spell, just because we'll be like, Ashran can't turn into a parrot herself. Yet.
Yeah.
She also doesn't have minor illusion. Wait. Is that like normal spells?
What do you mean? I mean, that's a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip, so yeah, no, she can't learn it.
We don't have an artificer to do the sound recording thing.
I could come to help make sure it's all good.
Right, that'd be a good idea.
Like you said, it's sometimes you just have to take a job on yourself to make sure it gets done.
That's very kind of you. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea. Perhaps, since we just need to bring you along, we know where to find you, I'm assuming. You've got a business in town. Why don't we work out the details, and we'll come grab you when we're ready to carry out the job. Did somebody cast silence on him? Carrie, was that you?
Muted Barry.
good memory.
It's like, okay, if I get kidnapped, it's you guys.
Why would we be kidnapping you?
Well, you said you grabbed me. Normally when someone gets grabbed in this town, they're not
Well,
seen again.
I assume you don't want to appear complicit. Maybe we pretend it was a kidnapping then.
But we're doing something noble.
I can make him
Alright.
invisible.
Why would I not want to be complicit in helping?
Well, because the owner of the tower who's carrying the bad thing will still live in the town, and I assume you don't want to know they're involved in it. We're overcomplicating things. We'll come find you.
Okay. I still get tea and scones, right? I don't have to leave now. I'll
Sure,
be
we can eat
quiet.
tea and scones first.
And he just sits there very quietly, just waiting for the tea and scones. Okay, so that gets us past the time stop trap.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes us as further in than I've ever made it before.
And
Got
I'm
the
assuming
force
it's an
cage.
unknown
I
at
can
that
pass the
point.
force cage for you. Then we have the prismatic wall, which I know it was off stream, but I had Curiosity roll Arcana, and she would know enough about it to be able to remove it. So you would know there are certain spells required to remove the wall. Mentioned somewhere in here.
Aren't some of them like pretty high level though?
I ended up on the wrong heist page.
Got one of them.
What heists are we doing?
So yeah, this is. I've got the thing pulled up right now. It's the means are specific to each layer. A dispel magic can only work against the violet layer,
It's the last one.
which is the last one.
I
So
think there's daylight. There's pass wall, which I've never heard of.
I think that's a higher level spell.
yeah,
Or another spell of equal or greater level that can open a portal on a solid surface.
Keep going.
yeah. So
I
25
would
cold
say
damage,
your,
strong wind.
You
64.
could potentially use that portable hole for that if it's just opening another dimension on a solid surface.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So pass wall is a 5th level spell.
Yeah, I don't have those yet.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't do 5th level spells yet.
I'll say the portable hole can work for that one.
Okay.
We
Cool.
have a portable hole.
You got one in the bank heist, right? No,
Yeah, I
you
guess
wanted one.
We wanted one. You didn't give us one.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Can
thought
we
we went.
have one,
I thought
Barry?
we went to get one.
No, because we talked about it with your skeletons, and then we decided it would be too hard to. It was we never actually followed through on it.
To follow this up, the bride whips out a portable hole and be like, I've got that barrier covered.
Excellent.
Great.
Love
Casey
it.
has this covered. Daylight, Ashton can cover that.
The other one I'm wondering is the 60 points of force damage.
Does anyone
I
have a
can-
spell that can do force?
I can do the magic missile, but I don't know if I can hit 60
That
damage.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you?
Can you do cold damage?
Yeah, I can do every
Okay.
kind of elemental damage with Dragon's Breath.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. So that's the hole.
Orange needs a strong wind, which will probably be Ashran.
Yeah, I can also cast Gust of Wind now. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Good. Fire damage. Got it. Don't worry about it. We can handle that one.
Dispel magic Ashton can get.
I might have that one.
and Koza has dispel
Move the
magic
thing.
too.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah. You
yeah,
also have
I
it.
have it.
But
So
if we're gonna try to,
yeah, we can split that. Well,
Split that.
because the fire, at least, like I have firebolt, so I can do that without any spells.
yeah. So the force damage is gonna be a problem.
The only issue is more the amount of time it's taken to get through this, because unless a distraction
Oh, wait,
is
wait.
done, you guys are.
Oh no, I'm just kidding.
Can we get like? Do they know the layout? Like, what is around this? The wall surrounds the tower.
So you got the force cage surrounding the tower. So picture, do you know when something's like protected and it's just got a faint glow over the whole outline of the structure. It's not like the dome. It's pretty much that.
Okay. So it's like these different enchantments are kind of stacked on top of each other on this tower, and we have to we're going to be standing outside the tower, blasting it with a bunch of stuff. Okay.
Which is why generally it's like you try and make a distraction somewhere else because you need about time to stop the city guard from coming around. Because
How
if
much?
they see it, they'll call the alarm, and then
if someone has
you own the guards.
Yeah.
Just be like, just don't patrol here. I got this, and they'll be like, okay, something's going on down there. We don't want to be a part of.
So as far as causing a distraction, it sounds to me like our couple of options is that either someone like Saul or myself goes somewhere around town, causes a big problem, causes a big ruckus, and then runs back, tries not to be seen, or someone like Koza does some mind magic.
Well, I could just be loud. I'm very good at being loud.
You're also very bad at not being seen doing things.
Right?
I could also just go talk to the captain of the guard and tell him that no one should patrol that area if he knows what's good for him.
If you have that kind of sway, that's probably our best option.
I think try it. If he tells me to go shove it, we try something else. But
you're right, that's probably actually... Well, the only thing I might say there is that if you go there and you say, hey, stay away from Waffle House and, on this day at this time, and he tells you to fuck off...
And you need to kill him.
Then...
Yeah, then I'd have to kill him. Yeah, that makes sense.
Saul is shaking his head at Koza. It's like, no killing.
Don't look at me.
I mean, he's a cop.
The unfortunate... I agree with you to an extent. The problem is it's going to cause more suspicion if the captain of the guard also dies. The day before, they may up security around town.
That's true.
They'd be
We
looking
could
for you.
kidnap him and take him out of town.
Then they'd be looking for him, though.
Right, and that would be the... Ooh.
Can't you just pay him off?
I mean, maybe I could try and grab a few things from the house and just pay him off that way.
I'm down either way. It's just if we try this avenue and it doesn't go right, then the whole heist is busted.
Nah, I mean,
Whereas if we go with the distraction idea, then if we start a fire somewhere outside of town or cause some sort of other disturbance in the area on the day of the heist, then people won't be expecting it. It might draw the guard enough to keep us out of trouble.
I can start a fire quite easily.
Yes, and aren't there warehouses of chillweed? That seems like it would be a very good distraction to set that on fire.
I mean, that would hurt a lot of people's livelihoods here. That's kind of the whole industry.
I could just create one of my creatures and then make it run around town.
Big cart monster.
I can make it out of anything, though.
Is it? Either way, whatever you can do. I mean, that it seems like a distraction that might pull the guard away from what we're trying to do for a significant period of time. And we don't have to worry about accidentally alerting the guard a couple of days prior to what our plan might be.
We could go the day of
Right.
and try and then, if he says no, we kidnap him.
Or I can
And
charm him.
then we do the distraction,
No?
right? Like, hit him like 2 hours before. That's not enough time for anyone to be suspicious that he's missing that long.
Right.
That's a fair point. I mean, if we can do that and you feel like you have enough pool to get him to immediately get any guards out of the area, I think you go, Koza goes with you. Diplomacy, magic, and if none of that works,
Right. Always use your words first and then try magic.
then gank him and put his body in underneath the floor.
I was just gonna turn him into a dog or something and then just put him in a cage.
Can you make it a puppy?
Yeah, that'd be preferable.
All right.
All right. And
I mean, we'd have to turn him back into a person before the heist, but it gets him out of the room.
Right.
well, we go lock him up in a closet somewhere or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fine. And then so plan A, get the guard on our side.
Right.
Plan B, fire and or monster and or fire flaming monster.
I can set the monster on fire.
Like, that would hurt him.
Oh.
Do they feel pain?
I don't know.
Have you asked them?
They don't speak. It's a construct.
So probably doesn't feel pain then.
Probably not.
Can you if you constructed it out of a burning cart,
Oh dear.
would it be a fiery monster? Would it take?
No, the fire would consume it.
I really feel like this is a massive overcomplication of what we're trying to do. Why don't we just make a big monster and set it loose?
I honestly think that it keeps the fewest variables in play.
Or, alternatively, do you have a cemetery?
There is a cemetery.
Doesn't that take up some of your ability?
If we did it the day before and you got as many as you could, we locked them up someplace and let them out the day of.
But wouldn't that kill people?
Not if they stayed away from them.
They're slow.
Do you guys have 50 gold? That's all it cost me last time. 50 gold.
Well, then why are we debating all
Why did
this?
you let us go on and on?
I wanted to see what you guys came up with.
I like my plan.
It was a good plan.
Thank you.
All right.
I wasn't saying they were bad. I'm just saying,
And-
like,
Technically, once they're under my control, I can command them not to hurt anyone. And just sort of shamble around and be scary. But if you want to just pay them off, that's fine. That was my first plan. Which
Let's
was
go.
also very good.
Let's go with the paying them off option. Then the kidnapping option if the paying off doesn't work.
Then
Yeah.
zombies.
We have to have the kidnapping option on the table if
No,
we're
we
doing the
can't
paying
do
off
then
option.
zombies. If we're going to do zombies, I have to have a day's notice.
Oh,
I think
I have
Paying
to cast
off.
it the night before.
kidnapping monster.
monster. It's not it's a construct.
Monstrous construct.
You called it a monster.
I did.
Okay. I never get to make any zombies.
You
I'm
made
sure you'll get
zombies
to
yesterday.
Don't you have a bag full of bones?
That's a skeleton. It's different. And it's only one.
Hey, look, on the way out of town, we can, dig up some corpses if you want. I'm
I'm
cool
sure
with
we'll
that.
make plenty once we get to the tower.
Right, and if I die and we're in the Feywild, you can animate my body into whatever you like.
Really?
Well, I
there you
mean,
go.
Okay.
you got to be dead more than a minute, because I'd bring you back.
Aw,
It's within a minute, right? So,
right?
it's a fight to see who can get the spell cast off first.
I would wait.
At least a
Remember
minute.
that.
just, never die at nighttime. And you're I'm good.
Are there any very specific situational spells that I should have ready for this day, such as any of the ones involving rope? Because I rarely prepare them.
Well, can we go just down the list of the
Okay,
traps
I
that
can
we're getting through?
Get through the force cage. I've got you covered there. Prismatic wall. We can get through that, right? You said you got 60 force damage with wonder magic missiles.
We haven't.
No,
I don't think we talked
nowhere
about
close.
Well, so just one at a time. Cold damage,
Aeos can do.
Aeos. I can do the wind because I can do gust of wind twice a day, and I won't use it otherwise probably.
We don't have force damage.
Force damage is an issue.
We would need like 3 wands of magic missile
Got
to.
like 2 more
yeah,
wands of magic.
60 force damage is a lot.
Unless somebody else has Eldritch Blast or I can't think of any disintegrate.
Looks like we need a warlock.
Power Eldritch blasted as well. It's making me do a lot of work here.
No, we're not at all.
Wait,
What's
who
the
said
next
that?
one?
That's Casey.
Oh,
Remember, she's made it through this herself before. She's seen how much you guys can do.
right.
The next one is the portable hole,
Yeah.
which she's
that's the one.
got. Fire damage, no trouble. It's only 25. I can do that in my sleep. And either Koza or myself can dispel the violet layer.
Indigo Lair's the daylight spell.
Okay, I don't have that either.
Ashran has
I
that.
got
Ashran.
that.
Okay, there we go.
So Ash and Daylight and then Koza dispel magic.
Right.
If we do start to run out of time once we get to the one that needs fire damage, I've got it.
It sounds like there's enough of us doing separate things that we can all kind of hit it real quick.
Yeah, it should be fine. Between all of us. Then there's the time stop trap, which is where I made it up to last time. That's where our good buddy Seamus is going to help make sure we can get through to save whatever's inside.
Right.
Right.
And then once that's done, it's crossing the alarm threshold to the front door of the tower. And that, my good buddy Seamus here has said, cannot be removed.
The alarm
from
spell.
outside. It's not the spell, it's an alarm.
Oh.
Is there no way to
Be-
disable it?
Not from the outside.
Right, when you go inside, you press the buttons and then it turns off.
Well, once we get there, once you get to that point, is there any view of the inside?
Ooh.
No locked door.
There's no windows.
No windows.
All right.
But it does take 5 minutes for gigantic stone golem to make it across to the tower.
Do you have any means of teleporting yourselves into something you can't see?
Let me look.
Are there any holes in the door? Like, is there a crack underneath or a keyhole or anything like that?
Oh, there's a keyhole for a key, but I don't have the key.
Well, if I can see
All right.
inside, I can get in there and I could unlock it from the inside.
Right.
I could also turn someone into like a bug.
Has
They
anyone
can go
been
through.
inside? Because if they can describe it to me, I can just go there.
I was in once, but that was years ago.
Well, just
Now
let me
that
know
it's
how much
changed.
space there is in the entranceway and I can just, like, get in.
Can you take anyone with you?
Yes.
If you could take me with you, I could disable it from the inside.
Hexed buddy.
It's also the possibility of can't Curiosity do the rope trick, and we could hide in that special place while they're coming in. They come and no one's there, and we just wait for them to leave and then go back out.
Yeah, also true.
That could buy us some more time.
Right, but if they don't leave, though? It's not like they're people.
Yeah. Then I can turn 2 people into giant King Kongs and we fight them. That's what I say.
All right.
So, all right. So the alarm, the biggest threat with the alarm is Cullen and the stone guards.
Right,
That's
but
what the alarm does.
it'll take 5 minutes for them to get there. So
And
you've
we
got
have
time to get
Some way
inside.
turn the alarm off inside, but I don't know where or how.
And that's the problem. Once I get, if we were able to get in there, there's nothing saying the mechanism is going to be on the other side of the door.
Well, no, and it could very well be a magical alarm.
If we have 5 minutes inside, there's a lot we could do in 5 minutes.
Especially with this many people.
So 5 minutes in there, I think the rope trick idea might be a good option as a means of, if we can't get out and away from the tower, we can hide there
Okay.
and leave once the alarm's reset.
Are there Barry, are there windows in
Nope.
the tower anywhere? No? Okay.
It's just stone tower.
If we can get to the roof, we can fly out.
Right.
Because I could I could turn two of us into Quetzalcoatls.
If I save my highest level spell, I can also give myself winged.
I'd like to turn back on the word you just said. Is that dwarvish?
It's a dinosaur.
What's a dinosaur?
Very old creature.
Is that what a parrot is?
May I have that? I
Kind
need to
of.
prepare my spells.
I have a
little
question.
bit.
What is her name that we're supposed to be calling her?
Casey?
Casey. Are you going to betray us as soon as we get what we want?
No. We're partners, remember? 21%.
I'm gonna roll to check, but I have a -1, so if anyone else would like to roll to
Why
check.
are you doing this then?
18!
Oh wow, that's actually really good.
Okay. Let's see if she's telling the truth. I'm just gonna roll just so it seems like she could be lying instead of just being like, yep, nope.
Alright.
Yeah, she's lying through her teeth.
Is she actually?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
She has ulterior motives. She's like, I don't trust you guys. We're good in there. I'm getting my stuff and I'm getting out.
Alright. Because it just smiles.
Is the tailor still around? He's gone, right?
Yeah, he's waiting for his scones.
Oh my
Koza's just gonna lean over to Poland. I think she's going to try to kill us the first chance she gets.
I mean, I was assuming that, but do you have any reason to think that?
Well, she was just lying.
And you know that...
Because I'm a good judge of character.
That's a good point. So, that being the case, how about this? Just so we all are on the same page and everyone's working well together, I am going to leave a little message with somebody, one of the servants, that if I don't return afterwards, will be delivered to my brother Carrick, whom you just married.
Okay, I'll also leave a message for my beloved Carrick that if I don't return, that his youngest brother killed.
All right. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do with that because I could easily kill him. So, and he knows it.
Family drama.
I'm...
They had me kill people as a child. I could easily take him out.
I find the best way to handle these situations is let's just all assume that we're going to kill each other at some point. And we'll all just get along fine.
I was never going to kill you.
Right. Still.
Saul, you're not going to try to kill me, right?
Oh, why would I be trying to kill someone? I'm confused what's happening here.
Oh, scones!
All right. Well, it's a pleasure working with you,
Seamus
Miss.
is quite confused because you're talking about betraying and killing each other when it's like a rescue mission. No. But just
We've had some interesting adventures in the past. Something usually goes terribly wrong.
yay.
There's a reason this is all hush-hush, friend. All right, don't worry about it.
So, Miss Viper Silas Saint, or I don't know if you hyphenated or not. Let's plan to meet tomorrow evening or tonight,
Tomorrow evening.
because it is morning right now.
Tonight. Let's go tonight. Let's get it over and done with so then we don't need to talk to each other again.
I'm
the family
a fan of
reunions.
that.
You're married to his brother. You're going to have to talk to
family
him.
reunions
Right.
where most of you aren't allowed back
Oh.
because you're not family. Unless Aeos is marrying any of you.
I'd be flattered, but
I mean, you know,
For you contemplate like, out of the party.
Yes, Velios, out of the party.
I hadn't really considered it before. I'd have to do some thinking.
all right.
I mean,
Pros and con list comes.
you know, it can't be Folan because then I couldn't be rooting for all the crazy random people that fall in love with Folan to cause more drama. I don't want to get caught up in that drama. So.
Yes, let's not do that.
Okay. Tonight we will meet outside Lord Wafflestone's tower.
We'll handle the
If you-
guard.
50 gold. Oh, you'll handle the guard? Okay. I was gonna be like, if you left 50 gold, I can deal with that.
We'll handle the guard.
Okay.
All right.
Well, goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, are we getting up and walking
Oh,
away? I
sorry.
assumed that she was already.
Jeez. This is my tea.
We all had teapot here. What are you talking about?
It's his house.
I think it's more her house than his now.
Ooh.
You don't live here.
Yeah, because I don't want to.
He's
But-
slumming it.
Who taught you those words?
You probably.
I thought that's what he said to his dad. That he was slumming it.
That's what his dad said to him.
Ah,
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't remember describing it that way, but yeah.
so as we're walking away, Koza just says, I'm not going to try to kill anyone. Are you guys going to try to kill me?
No.
No.
Why did you say
No.
that?
What?
It's just something that I picked up working these kind of jobs before. Just assume she is most certainly going to betray us at some point.
Right, but not us.
No, we're not going to betray each other.
Right. All right.
Because we've already been through this before.
I haven't.
Well, I assume you're not going to betray us.
Don't think so.
Insight check.
He's actually going to.
I mean,
Wait, hold on.
don't get me wrong. I would love it if you betrayed us, because I would not have seen that coming. It'd be a great twist.
13.
But
What are all an 8?
Seem to be telling the truth.
I trust her implicitly. Let's go now.
Zemnian's like, if I betrayed you, it would be while you slept. And he just walks off.
So, Aeos goes with Koza to handle the guard captain.
all right, so before that, we probably need to stake out a place to keep the guard captain if we decide to kidnap him. Also, if we decide to kidnap him, since we're doing that tonight, then I won't be able to turn anyone into birds or bugs or anything. That'll be my only... Well, actually, wait a second. I forget something sorcerers can do. Let me look this up.
Wait, I can just
Can you make-
convince him. You don't need to use any spells.
Well, I mean, if we fail to convince him.
Right?
Huh? I can. Yeah. Never mind. I'll just have to burn a bunch of spell points or sorcery points to
I can make
another
myself
4th
fly.
level slot.
So, if that changes the numbers.
Really?
I can fall very slowly.
I'm the strongest one here. I can take one of you with me.
I can open up a door in space and time and just bring someone with me.
Guys, all showing me up on.
Just looks at it like, what the fuck?
Look, I just really want us to escape on dinosaur back through the air. All right, I think that would be an amazing thing.
How big are these creatures?
Can
they carry more than one of us?
They're a huge.
Wow.
Ooh. How many of us can that
So-
carry?
A horse can carry 2, and it's a large creature.
Yeah, I think when I did what was it with Gina and Survivor's Combos, I let her carry like the entire party.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like
Yeah.
we've got multiple ways of
Yeah.
getting off. I mean,
Fine.
at the very least, I'll just
Pretty
jump
wide.
off and sneak
Right.
away.
There might be a teleportation circle in there as well. I'm just saying, it's a wizard's tower, right?
Right?
I can't.
Does anyone know how to use one?
I know the spell, but I don't have the level of spell slots to cast it yet. I got it from a scroll a very long time ago.
I forgot how to cast the spell a long time ago.
How old are you?
700.
You're older than my dad.
That's scary to think about.
You could have had like 5 of me.
Oh, we do know Folan has a lot of kids everywhere.
Wait, I'm not actually 700. This makes things a lot easier. No.
Is there any specific spell that you all would like me to be ready to cast? Except for the rope trick, and I'll bring Dispel Magic, just in case we run into more things. Otherwise, it's a lot of fire.
Do you have any that make creatures?
Yes. Zombies. And skeletons.
Right. Sure.
Okay. Then I'm ready.
What are we going to do for the rest of the day then?
I think we should scout out a location like Aeos was saying. I actually think if we're planning on potentially jumping off the roof, I think Sol, do you think he could get an eye on the top of the tower?
I mean, probably. Velos is going to be weird if there's an Aarakocra just flying up over the city.
I can make you invisible, but I'll be down 1 spell for tonight.
I don't think we need to do that much, but
What if you just fly up really high?
I mean, I could, and I'll also do a map of the city while I'm up there. I mean, I assume someone has them, but I can do that too.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's probably a little weird, but I don't know that. I mean, no one's going to stop you, right? It's not against the rules to fly.
Right.
I imagine if you're up high enough, you just look like a large bird.
With pants.
Well, if he's up high enough, no one will know he's wearing pants.
Right. Just
Or
don't wear
don't wear
silly colored
pants.
pants.
Oh.
That does sound like a crime.
Alright, so also just take off your clothes and go fly around the city.
That sounds like a crime.
He looks very nice when he's naked. He's got the feathers that cover everything.
And
Speaking
if
of, is there a bathhouse?
I have no idea if there's a bathhouse. There's bats on the
house.
grounds, the castle grounds. We can go there.
Can we do it?
Can we do what?
Take baths.
I mean, nobody's stopping you for taking a bath. I think you should do that if you feel like it's necessary.
I thought you were in charge.
Yes, I am. And people
when
can
it
do
comes to
whatever they
these
want.
sorts of jobs.
Okay, so are you going to the bathhouse or are you going to talk to the captain of the guard?
Scout out, bath, talk to the guard. Well, dinner, then talk to the guard.
And don't want to see a movie after.
So we're not doing anything, is what I'm getting
You don't
from
want
this day.
you don't want to come take a bath?
Oh, no, I can do that.
Nothing's really happening. Do you need a bath scene?
No, it's just really cute. Like, Koza's hair is completely, like, flattened. She's, like, scrubbing behind her horns. And asks Curie if she wants her to scrub her horns.
Mm-hmm.
They come out looking super nice. And smelling great.
Fallen broods on a rooftop with his new BFF.
Zemnian,
Yeah.
who super does not want to hang out with you.
He
And
loves
he's
me.
like, are you gonna brood here?
Oh, I didn't know you were brooding up here. I'll
You can't
brood.
really brood together. You can have this spot. Like, I'll move to another brooding spot.
No, I'll move one over to brood over there. Sorry, didn't know this one was taken.
Now kiss.
Unless you want, no, I'll go brood over there.
I'm just waiting for the one time you just go and brood. Next second, he's just like, have you ever thought about just life? It's like, just a full out of, like, the old horses. They knew about life. Ashton probably would have joined in the bathhouse. What about Sol and Avelios? Are you brooding, or like are you?
I mean, Saul's gonna go do the thing of fly way up above the city and try and get a look at the tower, but then also draw a map of the city.
Okay, I don't have a map of the city prepared, but
Yeah.
just so you know, about a third of it is Avelios' family's house and grounds. The tower is just a stone pentagon shape with like a little cone roof, no windows. So you'd have to break through the roof itself to be able to fly from the roof. And then it's just like warehouse district, residential houses. It's your standard typical town, minus the fact that one house takes up a third of it, and it's run by a mafia.
Okay. And then basically trying to map out the routes that the stone sentries would most likely take to presumably cause minimal to no damage to get to the tower, and see if maybe we can somehow do something about that.
Yeah, you've noticed some of the roads are wider than the others just for that sake. But yeah, you could work out the best place to go when you leave to retreat, where the places furthest from where any stone giant would be, stone guardian.
Mhm.
So you've got escape routes worked out, so you'll have advantage on survival checks if you need to do that. Anything else?
That's it. Saul briefly contemplates taking his clothes off while he's high enough up that no one can see, but decides against it.
There's just one person looking outside. It's like, oh my god, oh my god. Gary, you wouldn't believe what I just saw. Shut up, Martha. No one's out there dressing themselves in the sky. I told you. Looks, and there's just a normal bird flying by the time Gary gets to it. It's like, you stupid woman. It's a bird.
Also, Saul gets hit by another monk's sunbolts that just fires them off into the sky without thinking, like a weird fantasy redneck.
As a portal walks past.
A weird fantasy redneck.
Dangerous. Hey, well, is you doing anything scene-worthy before talking to the guy?
Find a potential place to take him if we kidnap him. Is there like a disused part of the castle or anything like that no one would look in for a few hours?
Yeah, you've got your summer quarters. It's never summer here, so no one ever goes there. You've still got most of your wing.
That's true. I don't see why anyone would be in my wing. So yeah. I'll take him into one of my unused guest bedrooms in my wing if we have to.
Okay. And you know your employees and stuff enough that they don't. This is probably a common occurrence.
They ain't
for
snitches.
I mean, it's not. I've never kidnapped someone and taken them into one of the guest bedrooms before. I'll just put that in there.
Good.
Wow. I'm glad to know
just
that.
murders them.
Yeah.
They know. They keep their mouth shut. They do their years. They get made. Like their life's set. So you know, speaking of it, just blindfolds. I'm just cleaning here. Oh, someone spilled red wine again.
Someone comes in and cleans the room while he's in there. Just like, look, man, I'm just trying to do my time and get out.
I'm just doing my job. Okay. Then I guess it's time to go speak to the captain of the guard. the trio are muted if they were talking about the game.
No, just technical stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna go
Cozy.
kidnap a guard? I mean, talk to him?
Yeah, talk to him.
Talk/murder/kidnap.
Always
As you
use your
leave-
words first. That's a rule.
Halfway there, you kind of realize, like 10 feet behind you, there's Zemnian just walking. Someone needs to die. I've got daggers.
Oh,
This is
thanks.
what he
Yeah.
does. Plus, I don't know how strong Koza is.
Like my actual strength?
Yeah, your actual strength.
13.
It's the same as mine.
Oh, snap. Zemnian thought he'd need to go there to help carry because he knows that Velios is not that hard.
Strength of 9, I could pick up a puppy. Come on.
Oh, yeah, but you're turning it into a puppy. But would you want to... I'm just going to have it run away from you.
So how do you want to
Okay,
handle it? Do you want me to do the talking or do you want to do the talking? Mr. Avelius?
I think probably for the sake of him listening to us, probably me. Since otherwise I'd have... Not to say you're not persuasive, but just because my family runs a town and stuff.
Right.
I think it's probably better coming from me. But if I get myself into trouble, feel free to jump in and back me up, you know?
Right. Without magic first, right?
You know, play it by ear. I'm not as strict on that stuff as Folan and them. Do what you need to do.
All right.
And just say the word if you need them killed.
I'll fucking off him.
If you say
Sure.
fucking off,
I'm regretting this so
I'll
much.
go.
This is good.
Okay,
So-
It's all right.
Does
If
anyone
I
have the
try
money?
and turn him into a puppy and it doesn't work, then we kill him. All right?
All
We
right.
just
So
gotta do
order
it
of
right.
operations: talk to him and bribe him, then use magic on him to convince him, and then puppy, and then murder.
Mhm.
All right.
Wait, so it's if he turns into a puppy, we
If we
murder?
don't turn
No.
him into a puppy, we're not
No.
going to kill a
So
puppy.
your
We're not
wish is
monsters.
that turn into a puppy, then murder. I'm just clarifying.
No.
because your order.
Plan
here-
A through D.
Are we
Yeah.
all still here for this
Nope.
conversation?
This is the walk-
Have you left?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
This is-
I don't want to
this is
contribute
the
to this.
walkover. Okay. As you get to the little guard's watchtower where the captain of the guard is chilling.
I'm gonna lean over to Avelios and say, don't go chasing waterfalls. I forget the rest of the line. Just stick to the rivers, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration.
No.
That's it.
That's the line.
That fits perfectly with this game because we kind of change things just slightly.
I normally have a list of sayings up.
All right. What's the bardic inspiration?
Now we can't get sued by TLC.
Yeah, there you go. I think it's 1d6.
Okay.
And then we also have pinned in
Right.
the Discord. There's the special stuff her inspiration can do.
Oh yeah.
Basically, the one that seems like will be most relevant: Note of Ingenuity. When creature rolls bardic inspiration,
It's a d8.
die. You can basically roll the inspiration at advantage
Oh.
if it's for an ability check.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
You got the money.
Mm-hmm. I got the 50 gold.
Okay. Sitting back, waiting for similar to the setup Finn has, except there's a lot more of them. He's got like a little sending stone for each region of the town in case something goes wrong. Someone reports to him. And then when there's this blue dragonborn just sitting there waiting, tapping his claws on the table, just bored. Doesn't notice you walk in, just
Hi there.
oh, Master Avelios, how can I help?
All right. So, old Waffle House over there? You know, Wafflestone's place?
Wafflestone Tower, yes.
All right. Would it be possible for there to just not be any guards around there this evening?
So you want me to remove guards from Area B
Yes. Yeah.
this evening?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate it, friend.
Time frame? All evening, couple hours.
You know, let's just do it all evening.
Okay.
Right? Come back at like 5 a.m. It's good.
Cool. Do I need to arrange any cleaners or anything, or is this just gonna be a?
Oof. I'll let you know. You know, probably not. We're not assuming so, but you know.
Okay. Unless I hear from you, I'll just resume as normal at 5 a.m.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, hey.
Is that it?
I'm Koza, by the way.
Oh yeah, these are my friends here.
It's just me. What?
Koza.
Zemnian's there too.
Zemnian.
What's your name?
Brooding in the corner. Captain.
Captain what?
Just Captain.
Captain.
Is his name Captain? Oh. I think you chose the right profession then.
Captain.
Hey, that's why my name was changed.
All right.
Wait, does the Xylosate family just do this to everyone in the city?
They just made
you
him
don't
captain?
have real names.
No, that's
the
just.
barkeep is just Bucky.
All right. Well,
Just
have a good
easy
day.
to
Thank you for
remember in
being
this.
so nice.
No worries. Have
And-
fun doing whatever you're doing.
Oh, we'll have a blast. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the 50 gold down, and just be like, you know, just buy yourself something nice with it. Appreciate all your help.
Okay. I'll make sure I drop this back off to your family in the morning, so you don't have
No.
to go back there. Save you a trip. All good.
Wait, what?
Bye. Koza leaves.
You see him pick up the sending zone from Area B. It's like, yeah, I need all units out of Area B until tomorrow morning at 5. And they're like, well, it's like, Aeos is back in town. And they're like, oh. Next second, the queen's like, am I needed today?
All right. I'm serious though. That's, you know, my own money. You could. It's not my family's. You can just have that.
Gotcha.
I'm rolling a persuasion. All right. It's 27. Just be like, just take everyone out for drinks. It's on me. 50 golds back into the economy, right?
Okay, and he'll grab the bag and put it down next to him.
All right. I'll leave.
That went exactly how I thought it was going to.
It went exactly how I thought it was going to. I was really. People had me doubting myself there, but you know, it's cool.
You're very persuasive.
I don't know that that's what it was, but yeah.
I think it is.
Aeos thinks he's rolling persuasion. He's really rolling intimidation.
What are we doing this whole time?
I don't know. I'm brooding on a rooftop somewhere.
Okay.
Alone now. 'cause
Saul is
he's
showing
brooding
curiosity the map and being like, okay, this is where we're going to want to go. For, we're actually planning.
Okay.
Okay, no, if there's actually planning going on, Fulham would be there.
No, you already said it. No takesy backsies.
No.
Okay, fine. I'm brooding and planning.
You're not actually saying anything helpful. It's just one-liners that are vaguely moody.
One last job.
It's not.
He's got to get it out of his system so he doesn't do it on the job.
You're just sitting on the
Getting too
roof
old for
above
this
them.
shit.
I'm getting a bad feeling about this one.
I'm 2 days from retirement.
We are planning.
Okay, everyone comes back. 70 and looks sad because he didn't get to stab anyone.
Koza just skips in. It went so well.
Good.
Yeah,
Did
we
you have
got
to
till
kill him?
5 in the morning. So,
Did you have to kill him?
no.
Oh, excellent.
No.
We didn't even get to turn him into a puppy.
So it just worked.
Mm-hmm.
Valios is very persuasive.
Well, he's very rich.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
part
he
of
didn't
it.
want the money. I left him the 50 gold, but he kept saying he's going to bring it back to the castle tomorrow.
Inside check.
I feel like I came on the show and everyone started inside checking each other.
That doesn't seem true at all.
That makes me more suspicious, to be honest.
I watched him over the Sending Stones tell everyone to leave. He was like, Aeos is back in town. And then some guy they all called the cleaner, was like, oh shit, does that mean I gotta come in
It's
later
true.
tonight? And then, yeah.
So they're just thinking that your family is behind. Okay, now I'm understanding. It's convenient. All right.
Well, Soul's got a map done, so...
And did we see anything on top of the tower that might be a good... give us an idea of whether or not we can jump out?
I mean, it's just all stone. We're gonna have to break our way out if we want to leave by the roof.
Well,
Good thing curiosity is very strong.
that is true.
I don't know if I'm that strong.
We can always blast it open or something.
I mean, fire's not great on stone, but...
What thunder is, and I can do that.
There you go.
Okay.
Or I can turn the stone wall into something, and then it's just gone.
I mean, either of those
Yeah.
options work.
I think it doesn't matter what we plan. We're just going to get in there and do something crazy anyways.
And if it's like the last one, go off without a hitch.
Okay. How about we take our break now, and then we can come back and start the heist.
Castle heist. Waffle House heist.
One last job.
The Waffle House is the other side of the town.
Here, yeah, there is a separate Waffle House. you guys.
We're leaving. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Be back soon.
Welcome back, everyone. So, are you going to your meeting spot? I almost had like a little hiccup. Just have to hold that in. Meeting spot? Yeah. I'm unmuted. Cool.
No, yeah, meeting spot.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't hear what you were saying. I was like, what?
Meeting spot.
Some chewy and some chili.
Stop eating chili, Barry.
flavored chewy.
Some Chico.
So we're meeting up with
The
Casey,
Viper.
the Viper,
Or the Black Viper,
Viper.
and the Tailor, Seamus.
Lady
As you were
Kelsey,
leaving-
Black Viper.
The Aeos' family's estate walking off. You do see, as you have a quick glance back, you see a member of the guard knocking on the door, and as the door opens, you see him handing over a bag of coin to the waitstaff, similar to the bag which you handed them, Aeos. You were persuasive, but it could be a trick. Save for just handing the money back.
Persuasive enough for them not to do it to your face.
So yeah. We're gonna die if we keep this, right? They had a little group discussion. We should drop this back. They don't just give money out. So
If
yeah,
Aeos does go and kill them for bringing it back, then it's just gonna completely fuck with their heads.
It won't matter because they'll be dead.
Fuck with their heads.
Zombies!
Yeah, you make it to your meeting point. Black Viper's in the outfit she was wearing when you met at the tavern. The tailor, assuming this is a thing of rescue, has like a little first aid bum bag. Like not dressed as a heist thing. They're dressed kind of like a first aid doctor in case something's wrong. They're coming prepared. A couple of healing potions, some bandages. Like, so what do we do now?
Koza looks more excited than usual.
All right. So we don't have to deal with the guard. So it's just a matter of executing it at this point.
Right. Mm-hmm. Get through the wall. There were more steps.
Everyone knows what they're doing, what they're contributing to get through the wall.
Yeah.
I'm doing nothing.
I'm also doing nothing.
Maybe Sol, if you could keep an eye out from above to make sure no one's approaching, that would actually be very useful.
And not necessarily, depending on how long it takes, we might need you to dispel something.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Just in case. You can stay with me.
Okay. I'm assuming your meeting place is across the road from the tower.
Yeah. Is what we're trying to get through like directly in the front door?
Or is there even a door? Is it just like a stone?
There's a door.
Okay.
So we're like passerbys just gonna be seeing
You've
what
never
we're
really
doing?
been given exactly a specific item to still. It's just, can you break in? So
Are
you
there
don't know exactly if you're after anything or what's in there. It's just a challenge of, this tower's never been broken into before. You did good robbing the bank.
Is there anybody who's just gonna be seeing us casting spells everywhere?
As Soul flies up to scout, like you, I'm sure. So you notice that there's a lot of roadblocks put up, and it seems like the guard have blocked off section B to make sure nobody's coming here. Because Aeos is in town, so it's like we don't want any innocent bystanders getting in the way. They've like just cleared this space for you. So if you relay that down, no one's really going to see you casting spells. And if they do hear anything, Aeos is back in town. That's all it means.
I imagine they almost have roadblocks that just say Aeos, stay back.
Yeah. They look a bit dusty. It's been a while, but
Do any of our casters have the message cantrip? I can never remember. Okay, so
Wait, let me double check before I say that.
Yay.
Just like
Spellbook.
I'm playing so many characters right now. Well, that's
My
that's yours.
spellbook. Has one spell in it.
I do.
I do too.
Yay!
presumably we're
Like
doing
twins.
radios
Yeah.
by that.
Yeah.
Every time that Koza talks, she goes.
Why are you making
We're
that
going
sound?
up to the door now.
Why are you making that sound?
That's what they do.
What?
click.
Is that a
That's what it
Feywild
sounds
thing?
like. Yes, yes. You have to make sure they know when you're done talking and when you're going to start talking so that you don't just startle them.
Well, you do when you start, and then you say over when you're done.
Why do you know that?
Over. It's a thief thing.
What if you end the
So you
sentence
can't.
with over? Do
Huh?
you say it twice?
You say it over.
Oh. We shouldn't be in the same room ever. Let's go do a heist.
Okay, you get up to the horse cage, the first force field of the thing, and the Black Viper walks up to it, and she just like rests her head against the side of it, thumbs up, just kind of listening, and then you see it kind of dissipate. Like, step one done.
All right.
Good job.
Which was step 2? Is that the prismatic?
wall.
It's
The
wall.
prismatic wall.
All right.
Wall time.
So we need cold.
Wait,
Is
don't
that
we
the
need
first one?
fire damage first?
That's later.
Cold's first.
There's a later layer that
Yeah, cold
this
damage.
layer
Okay.
does fire damage to you.
Right.
I took
Cold do
detailed
it.
notes and have the spell up in front of
No,
me.
we're
I took
using-
detailed notes.
You're,
I
you're
rolled
just
for it,
using
don't take the
cantrips,
save.
right?
Huh?
You're just using cantrips, right?
No, I'm to do cold damage. That's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and twin spell Dragon's Breath on someone just so we can knock this out real quick.
Serious,
Who else
Nigel?
is down here?
I'll do it since I have to be there anyway.
All right. So yeah, we both have Dragon's Breath, 3d8 cold damage.
Seeing how you've arranged for this area to be cleared off till 5 a.m., we don't need to roll damage. We'll say it just gets done. I just need to know
Okay.
if there's spell slots. So if you could do it with cantrips and want to do that and save spell slots, we can go cantrips because there's no actual rush until the alarm goes off.
I cannot. Chill Touch does necrotic. So
Nope, that's the one I am.
Probably don't need to twin this. Just
Yeah.
do it over a few
then
more
I'll just
rounds.
do it myself. Yeah. Take twice as long.
Okay.
You'll have your chance.
Mm.
And then I'll burn, after that, I'll burn one of my 2 uses of Gust of Wind to blow the house
Okay.
down.
What's next?
Force damage.
That's Ashron.
Black Viper just walks up and it's just Eldritch blasting.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
But I picture it should probably just hold her hands against it and you just see the little ripples appear.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then
That goes down.
Pass wall.
That's the portable hole.
Brings out the portable hole, slams that on there. That goes.
And then
Fire.
fire.
That's me. If we have time, I'll just use Firebolt.
Yep, firebolt on the way down. I picture when it comes from this bit, everyone's kind of just standing back, and you're just like, bam, bam.
Pew, pew,
Like,
pew.
let's bring back memories of hitting Avelios.
And then
The board do a little smiley face on the thing.
Koza, right? The last one.
Right. I cast a spell magic on it. It's not
Spell
mine.
magic done. And then Ashton, this is what will signify to you, Soul, to like really come down if you're still flying up, is it lights up like it's daytime
Oh, no,
as a daylight spell.
That's right.
Initially goes,
Daylight
it's like a
spell.
big flashing beacon, and then it just gets absorbed in, and the light just disappears as that last barrier goes down.
Ta-da!
And
Right.
now you're coming up to the time stop trap, where Seamus walks up and he says a password.
What
Is
is
anyone
it?
listening in?
Yeah.
It is.
Password.
Is that password 123?
Where it? I read it earlier.
Should just voice code it. Should just be his name or something, right?
It'd still be something like complex to say, I think. Because there are creatures that can mimic things.
It's a fair point.
It's Lord Stonewaffle.
Are you saying
It's
he
not
made
the
the
best one.
password to the door his own name?
His name's Wafflestone. He's just
No, I know. It's
All right.
he's not the brightest person. Okay.
Are we sure what's in here is actually worth dealing with?
We're gonna find out. So it's
The
just
Black Viper goes, "Have you seen the protection?
yeah, they don't put
Something
protection.
good has to be in there."
I know, but if he's this big of a goober.
All right, and now it's just the alarm, right?
Thank you for your help.
You...
You you're gonna just. Am I done now? Do I need to stay?
Well, you were concerned about making sure you weren't going to be in danger. At this point, this would be the time to leave just to make sure, because no one's been inside the tower except for the people we're going in to get. Who knows what might happen? So, if you want to make sure you're
Okay.
safe, you should leave. Don't worry,
Okay,
some of us
I'll
know
leave
first
then.
aid.
Yeah, just
Okay.
leave those first aid supplies. In case
No.
the person inside needs them. You bought them for them, right?
Okay. He realized when he first said no, afterwards it's like, I just said no to Aeos. Oh fuck. Okay, don't kill me. Please. Okay, and there you go. You have 3 basic health potions and a medicine kit, like the first aid kit thing. So now standing before you is a wooden door with a keyhole, shimmering slightly, the same shimmer that is across the whole building. That you gather is this alarm.
We're assuming the door's locked, right?
Well, yes, it has a keyhole.
Wouldn't do all of this and then leave the door unlocked.
Oh, he could leave the door unlocked because he's done all this.
And because there's an alarm for it.
Right.
All right.
Do you want me to try?
Opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, go ahead if it's what you want.
if it's locked, it's locked. If it's open, the alarm goes off. We knew that was going to happen.
Right, and if it's trapped, then I might die.
Well,
If we're worried about it being trapped, maybe I should try, because I'm pretty good at moving quickly if something's going to explode.
we can try to see if there's an enchantment near it.
Can
But
you-
I have to do it as a ritual.
Oh,
So I have to
we've
waste
got
10 minutes of
time.
your time. 11 minutes?
we have time until we open the door.
I mean,
Once
if
the
it's
door's
6 seconds.
open, then we have 5 minutes. So if you're gonna
Should
do
I
it,
try?
I would do it now.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay, you detect one form of magic on it, which you gather is the alarm.
Got it.
All right. So
Dasilam.
I reach for the handle.
Could
Hey,
we dispel
you
the
grab
alarm?
the handle.
Well, we
We
can't
can't.
dispel the alarm, yeah.
Yeah, we already asked about that.
You grab the handle. What do you do?
I turn it and I try to push or pull it, whichever way it goes.
which side of the hinges?
I was ready to make a joke about it.
Shit.
And you pull, nothing happens. When you push, it opens, and you think you hear a sound, but it's maybe just like a little faint ding. But then you hear in the far distance the sound of stone starting to move. And every so often you hear and feel a big thud on the ground as you gather a big giant's probably on its way to come see what's happening.
I'm glad it's not just screaming at us.
All right, let's get in. Get what we can. Get out.
Right.
I'm gonna wait to cast the rope trick until there's like a minute. We think we've got about a minute. So you guys do
Right.
what you're gonna do, and if it gets to that point, I'm gonna cast it so we have time to climb up in it.
Can these creatures actually get into the building?
They're taller than the building.
We don't know.
Right.
And we're safe as long as we're in the building.
Right.
Okay, you should be able to see
There
yourselves
we are.
in a room in the bottom right.
Mhm.
You don't see any green lines going off anywhere?
No.
Cool. I did it on the right layer then.
Yes.
Oh, this looks shitty.
Okay, so as you enter, you are amazed to find that the supply room of this tower seems as if it's not covered in dust. From all you've heard, no one's seen anyone enter or leave this place, but the fact that it looks lived in. But the feeling is also uneasy. Those of you with some magical power, being Koza, Curiosity, and Aeos, you hear the call of something darker higher up in the tower. But all of you feel a slight feeling of fear, whether it's being like a subtle form, just in the back of your mind, something doesn't seem right.
I still have that bad feeling about this.
I thought you got that out of your system earlier.
Nope, we're actually having it now.
Something is off.
Something dark lives here.
Alright. How do we get up?
There's a slight slope to your left, which leads to the upper level.
This way.
Barry, I don't know if this is going to do anything now, but now that I'm level 7, I have Stillness of Mind, which lets me as an action and being frightened. Again, I don't know if that's going to mechanically do anything right now, or if I can just be like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, you're not actually frightened. It's just like a sense of dread in your back, like something doesn't seem right about this tower. Why are we here?
Right, up the slope. Keep an eye out for anything that might be valuable.
So in this room, you can see, like when you walk up the slope, there is a sigil on the ground to your left, and there's another one around the other side of the upper area.
It's arcane in nature.
They are. There is a bunch of storage boxes, some open, some not, up top around just up here. And there is a desk over here which seems to have some scrap pieces of paper on there. As you all enter, the gate shuts behind you and turns to stone, so there's now no longer a door to kind of get out.
Great. Sigils then.
I'm just gonna have to up the exit somewhere else.
What you doing with the sigils?
Looking at them.
Do you still detect magic up?
Oh yeah, how long does
that's
that
still
last?
up.
10 minutes?
Yeah, there's a
Forgot
kind
about
of... Even without detect magic, looking at it, you can see the sigils are similar to like a smaller personal, like a linked teleportation circle.
Ooh.
Just smaller.
Huh.
And kind of like they're stuck going to a certain place.
So these might take us somewhere else in the tower, then?
Possibly.
Or it could vaporize you in a second.
Less possible, but still possible. I'd imagine it's more of a transportation system.
If we go up the slope to where the other sigil is, are we seeing any other stairs or ladders or doors or anything else leading out of this room?
Nope. Enclosed room, 2 sigils, a desk, some barrels and crates.
Alright, I've played this Pokemon gym. We need to go to the left one every time.
There's stuff on the desk.
How'd you know?
I mean, I think as the most mobile, Saul would have zoomed over to the desk while the others are checking out the sigils.
Yeah.
Okay, searching the desk?
Yep.
Okay, as you search the desk, you notice there is a bunch of... It's mainly shopping lists on the pieces of paper. The one up top, the most recent one, is a shopping list with ingredients for, like, an apple pie.
Wizards have to eat.
Not if it's a lich.
True. True.
This is a fact.
So it's probably not a lich then.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Spirit Guardians on myself since that last 10 minutes.
Okay.
No one else can be hurt by them in our group.
Including the Black Viper? She's in
Yeah,
there with you, so I just don't
I
have
have
a
to
token for her.
designate. I have to designate now. So yeah, including Black Viper.
We should all go... We should try to use the same symbol, right? We shouldn't split up.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Or
that'd be a nightmare.
we could split up and see how it goes.
That's a good
We
way
don't
for
have
us to
long
die.
in here.
Alright, we gotta move.
We should stay together.
Just pick one and go.
Let's go to the one by the door. Or where the door was.
Okay.
Go! Press the button.
Okay, so the first one just over here.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Real areas. You get to another little floor. You can move your tokens over.
Oh,
to-
Koza's gonna write down the symbols as we go. So that if they're like any corresponding, like, hey, this one brings us back down here, she can cross-reference.
As you'll have to
Okay, if
involve
you're gonna
three of
write them
us.
down, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Cool.
Co's
So yeah,
is.
just this
I'll do
bottom
select
left
one.
one is where you go. Getting into this building, this looks like a study. You can see there are tables with items on there, some more scrolls. There is, just a study. You can explore the study, you can leave, and there's another glyph right up top.
Can we say one thing before, like, as we were going through, that Folan went through first and then immediately stepped on the symbol that he just stepped on to see if he went back to the other room?
Okay, stepping back onto that symbol when you go through took you back to where you were at the start.
Cool.
Okay, good.
Then he steps back and goes through
Anyways.
again. These go back and forth and then steps back onto it again.
You're all making me incredibly anxious.
But when you step back, your foot will face the road. No.
His stomach
where do you
might be
step
very
in this
upset if
room,
he keeps
Colin?
doing that.
Okay, quick look. Very quick.
Cure, you're probably the best suited to
Is
look
there
through.
anything magic in here?
Affecting magic. Okay, you do notice that on this small table up here, there seems to be a piece of paper that has a bit of evocation magic coming from it.
Oh.
So you scored a fireball spell scroll.
Ooh.
This table just to the left of it, the whole table itself kind of has a faint glow to it.
Inventory.
Can write it down some stuff.
The table. The
Table
table.
does.
Yeah.
Shove it in the portable hole.
Did you ask Black Viper to use the hole for the table?
Yeah.
Why?
It's magic.
Because I said so.
We're going to go through all of it once we're out of here and divvy up the spoils.
Okay.
21%.
Get the portable hole and kind of... I don't know how portable hole works. Is it just like...
You just unfold it and stick it on a surface.
And it's
I
a
just-
10-foot pit.
It's like a bag of
Gonna be
holding
on-
with a bigger opening.
Okay, so to get the table, she'll stick it onto like a crate and just push it over so the table slides into the pit. Just...
New table.
New table.
Yeah.
With kind of my eye for expensive stuff, I'm just going to kind of not search the place, but look around and see if anything stands out as being like ornate and worth our time. Just like a quick perception check.
The blue thing on this table, curiosity would detect there's some magic from there, but you'll gather that because it looks like a wand. There's nothing really on this table, just blank scrolls, incomplete work. In this center table, there is a fancy map.
I will grab the map.
Okay. Right now, it just looks like it's a map of the area where there's some symbols which you haven't seen on other maps, but you need time to study it to actually work out what it is. The logs in the fireplace seem magical. They seem to emanate heat, but just enough for comfort. Like there's no sense of like getting too close, it gets hotter. It doesn't feel like it'll burn you. No smoke from it, but it does still provide light. So these would be good torches where they won't burn anything. So they can fit in a
Yoink.
bag. And underneath
fire.
the rug, you do sense there is some magical things.
Ooh.
Start pushing things aside and pulling.
Yeah,
the
I
rug
think
over.
I just start like pushing things.
I'm writing my name in the air with a log. Cause these tables are heavy. Oh, do you be needing help?
Well, none of them are gonna help me.
I'll help you. As the second strongest person.
Third.
Well, y'all are tied for strongest.
It's like,
We're tied for first, so
You're tied for... Alright, fine. As the third strongest person.
Imagine we had like a
And then
weightlifting
what's your
competition
strength?
before we left free
Mine's
mail.
a 12. So,
Simeon's like, respect.
thank you.
12 as well.
Alright, third and fourth.
Yes.
How strong's Ashrin?
I'm about to go check that out.
Oh gosh. We're moving the
She's got,
table while
like,
this is
15.
Please be
happening.
stronger. Yeah, and then you lift up the carpet.
Yes.
Oh, Ashton's only 11. Fucking pathetic. You notice there are 2 gems, each worth 5,000 gold each, along with a rod, some form of rod. I realize you wouldn't exactly know what it is with just detect magic. It's a rod of something.
I would like to grasp the rod, please.
You grasp the rod,
Grasp
you realize
it
there's only one
firmly.
charge
No,
left in it.
You shouldn't just go around grabbing rods like that. You really need to make sure what
I
it
think
is.
I know what I'm doing. I've been alive long enough.
Alright then.
There's also
We don't know if
this-
that's true.
There's also this cube which has 6 different colors on it, and there's 3x3 squares on each one, and there's something glowing inside of it.
Ooh.
It seems to have the name Rubik's on it.
I pick it up.
Stop.
It looks like a puzzle.
Okay.
Look what I found. I keep it.
Does anyone actually have a Rubik's cube in their house for it?
No, Barry, it's
if not-
2020.
No, it's a Rubik's
I
Cube.
have an app on my phone for it, okay?
Let me pull up my
If not,
Rubik's app.
Can I get someone, if you want to try and solve it, it'll be just a straight intelligence DC roll.
This is something we want to do right now.
Well, it depends on how she rolls. You're just like, "Brr, done.
Oh, it's just a logic puzzle.
Can I roll and just say, like, if I don't do it right away, I'll do it later?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm assuming my intelligence modifier is a 5.
Is it just straight? Oh, my sheet's
Just
doing
straight
this.
intelligence?
Yep.
It's doing this thing again. I hate this. It's +5.
Okay, so 18.
18. You look at it and like beautiful
Roll
mind
low.
stuff, numbers just start going by and you just see how it all clicks perfectly. And you solve it and it kind of pulsates a bit for 1 second and then you hear what has become background noise to you. You hear well, you don't hear anymore the sound of a giant moving. And then you hear it you hear the sound again, but it's getting further and further away. You just turned off the alarm, so now there's no 5-minute rush.
Well, right.
Listen, I've been telling you all for months that puzzles are a perfectly good use of your time. They exercise your brain, and they can also be very useful for other
Thank you,
things.
Rosa.
I mean, you'd almost always be wrong, but I'm happy to eat my words on this occasion. But yeah.
That was amazing, Curie. Good job.
Thank you.
So let's take our time and make sure we get everything we need now.
Do you think I could make more of these with more colors?
Sure.
That has to be larger.
Would like to say, now that we know the alarm is off, Saul's going to be keeping a closer eye on Viper and seeing what she's doing and getting up to.
Well, you would have noticed if you were just trying to keep an eye on her throughout this whole time being in here when the alarm's gone off. She's been like sussing out for ways out of this place. But now the alarm stopped, her whole attitude's kind of changed to like relaxed, and you get the sense maybe she won't betray you now because there's no threat to her.
Turned off the betrayal, too.
I mean, still going to be keeping an eye on her, but
Look, she She just got married. She can't be arrested day one.
Obviously.
She's not from the south.
This rod, can I determine anything from it?
Do you know the identify spell?
I don't.
You willing to cast the identify spell? Okay.
Ritualistically?
It is.
Yeah. If
We
you
got
guys wanna
time,
wait.
apparently.
It is a rod of iron golem control. It has 1 charge left.
Can I keep it?
It is
Yes.
sort of like the thing she
Sounds
does.
like the thing she does.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yes.
Now, technically, we still have to account that towards the total gross figure we come up with for the things that we find, because we did offer 21% to Miss Viper.
Yes, we know.
All right.
How much is it worth?
I don't know.
Oh, like 3 copper.
Right.
I'm gonna go open this chest.
Chest? What chest?
Isn't that a chest right there?
Okay.
Well, I'll just keep
Who
pinging
makes
it.
a map, puts the chest on there, and doesn't include it in the... the chest is empty. For some reason, they have a chest with nothing in it.
But they're hiding rubies under the carpet.
It was a misdirection.
Look, their password was like their name backwards, okay? Some things seem really smart, other things not so smart.
Fawn steps through the next portal.
Step through the next portal. Okay, do you also step back straight away?
Depends on what I see in the next room.
You don't want to test it? Are we going to test everyone to see if you can come back?
One of these is going to go bad for me. But, yep. I'm going to see what's in the next room, and then I'm going to step back through it.
Okay, this next room. You end up here.
Oh, that don't look good.
And then as you step on that same sigil, what is that sigil?
You're just gone forever.
Oh,
Someone's lost to this tower.
No.
You end up back where you were, I believe. Oh no, hold on. That's letter D. No. Because why would that happen? You step
guess.
back onto that sigil because this game is bullshit. This map is terrible, and you end up in a completely different room, buddy. This one seems scarier than the last. You end up over here.
Wait, the one on the left or the one on the right? Oh, okay, that one on the right.
Right.
All right. Oh, fuck.
You step on that one.
Yeah, I step back on that one, because might as well cycle through these as fast as I can at this point.
You end up back over to the last one which you stepped on. To the left.
To the left? Okay, in the room with
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Boop.
I immediately roll behind that couch. And try to hide.
I only give him like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, following.
Just
You
thinking
roll
in
behind the
terms of
couch.
5e combat, like 30 seconds is 5 rounds. Someone could be very dead in that time.
You're all waiting and nobody appears for a while. Nobody appears back on that part. And then as you all enter this room, you see this room looks like a tomb. You can see a armored figure laying down on this little pedestal here. And then what else? There is a chest here. I probably should have read through this before I went on, eh? And then you notice Yeah. Chest, another sigil, and a big like suit of armor just laid down on this stone little
It
platform.
it hasn't moved though since I first came into the room or anything.
Hasn't moved.
Okay. Folan like pops up from behind the chair as everyone starts coming through. Says, "Oh, you're all here." That one, the one you just came through, does not go back to where we just were. Just heads up there.
Where
I
does
figured.
Where does it take you?
Big scary fuck off room with big
Oh, yeah.
circle in the center.
One thing which I should have told you about the big fuck off circle. Inside the big fuck off circle is a big pit fiend who, as you stepped in, he's like, went to go say hello, and then you just. Oh.
Also, there's a big fuck off demon stand or something in the room and in the circle. It started to cast some sort of strange magic at me.
Was it a demon or a devil?
What did it look like?
Do I know the difference?
I do. What did it look like?
I do have a decent intelligence. Hold on.
I have literal horns.
Yeah, I know you do. I was like, whether Folan knows. I have a 5 history.
Look, you can describe it.
Yeah, it was about tall and big, sort of horns. Pit fiend, all red. Let's see.
You've described literally every demon and devil.
Did it have like the weapons that the pit fiends usually do, like the whip? And
He's just unarmed.
Oh no, that's a bad lore. Okay. Oh, it was big red, had big horns. That's all I saw. I stepped back through because I need to get the fuck out of there.
Aussie, then. You were thinking of us.
It was taller than Aussie, right? It was big.
Alex did point out there's also a staff next to this body laying down.
Ooh.
Do we want to let curiosity ritually detect magic again?
Has it been
That
10
would
minutes?
still be going. That would still be going.
Do you take 10 minutes to cast Identify?
Oh, yeah, no, I
You
ritually
ritually
cast
identified.
Identified. That's right. If you want,
We all just stay very still and don't touch anything in this room.
don't touch.
Oh.
I'm definitely touching stuff.
What are you touching?
The natural 20.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it is. I sit very still.
I think
You've never
Saul
seen
probably
Koza not move.
Saul has a hand on Koza's chain. Just
I rolled a
in case.
natural 20. Koza's like a statue.
Folan doesn't touch anything, but does walk around the room.
I think I get about halfway through and I'm like, you are so loud!
Are you looking at stuff as you walk around, Fallen?
Yes, I am looking. I'm looking with my eyes, not my hands.
Just walk around with your eyes closed.
Okay, you do notice on this desk down here, there is a book that has the image of like a bow and arrow on there and fancy writing underneath.
Can I make a sleight of hand
is-
check to take the book?
If you want. If anyone's contesting this, roll to see if you see Fallen's slide a book. Okay.
I want to see if I see him take.
How do I... What do I roll to see things?
Perception. But I'd probably do this at disadvantage if you're ritually casting
What's
right
it?
now because you
I
still
know,
got to
I was
focus on your
falling
spell.
online. My sleight of hand was.
Saul is keeping a hand on on Koza's chain. He'd be keeping an eye out. That's a 14 perception. Probably not enough.
I got a 17 perception.
Koza's trying not to breathe.
Was that at disadvantage?
Doesn't matter, it was
It's
a 1.
so.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 4, so that's a. Hold on, so that's a 12, but I still think everyone else
that's
beat
good.
that.
We see it.
I don't.
I'm not saying anything.
The only person I cared about not seeing was curiosity.
Avelio saying a snitch.
I'm gonna walk over to this chest.
I pocket the
Okay.
book.
You open the book, you open the chest.
To make a wisdom save
Why are you making a wisdom save?
to see if I can resist opening the chest for 10 minutes. I cannot. About 2 minutes in, I'm opening that chest.
Okay, Curiosity's in the middle of casting. Like, don't touch anything, don't touch anything. Avelius walks over, just kicks the chest like you do in all little RPG games because they don't open it with their hands. It's just. And to Avelios's utter horror, it's just full of paper. Advanced magical theory. But you do notice there is one book which just seems to stick out. Like if this was an actual cartoon, everything else would be in low detail and that would have so much detail on there. You're like, oh, that seems important. And you grab that, and on the front of it, it has 4 words saying it is a tome of clear thought. Probably would be good for Koza to eat.
Yeah, a lot of paper in here, guys. Some kind of book on meditation, I'm guessing.
Curiosity seems rather interested in it.
I'm gonna hand the book over to Saul because I think it's about meditation, which is monk stuff. So I think you might like this, Saul.
Check it later. Once Curiosity has a chance to check it over. I don't want it to turn out to be cursed and melt my eyeballs.
We should definitely let Curie look at every book that we find in here.
All right, go hand it to Curiosity.
Well, I'll hold on to it because she's still ritually doing her magic, but
Did you tell her the name of the book?
I'm gonna wait until she's done ritually doing her magic.
Saul's the only one who appreciates me.
Saul and Koza are listening to Curie.
No, Koza's all like, that's a given.
Okay.
He's the only boy who appreciates me.
You finish ritually casting the spell. And you notice there is the magic that's coming from the staff also seems to be covering the suit of armor and the platform it's laying on.
Okay.
What school of magic is it?
Similar to, I don't know.
Is it like
keep
a
asking all
spell?
these tough questions.
Is it like a spell that you're thinking of?
We'll say enchantment.
Okay.
That seems pretty good. It may not be when I actually see what happens, but for now it seems like it's enchantment.
That's fine. So I wouldn't touch
Like
it.
a barrier. It's keeping it, like the time stop, it kind of stops it.
Okay. So don't touch that. The staff, the body, everything, they're all sort of magically connected. There's some sort of enchantment on them, keeping them how they are.
Is there any way we could dispel it?
I could try. I don't know if that will leave the body dead and the staff inert, or if it will release a big, mean, armored zombie.
There's no way for you to identify exactly what it does.
I don't
What's the
think so.
identify spell?
Spend another 10 minutes casting.
10 more minutes.
I don't think I can stand here for another 10 minutes.
You're doing
Well,
so
let's
good.
see if there's anything else magic in the room.
Koza, you
Right.
can move now. Just don't touch anything Curiosity doesn't say it's okay to touch.
Okay,
You did so good.
The book Soul's carrying is glowing with magic.
Is Folan's pocket glowing with magic?
Um,
Was
Is
the book magical?
Also, wait, does identify you have to
Yes.
see it?
I
Or
think I have to touch
detect
it.
magic?
I'm trying
Detect
to work
magic,
out. You know
no.
what this
Identify
book is,
as touch it.
Fallen. Would you say it's magical?
I was imagining that it was something more mundane, but
So yeah, not magical.
yeah.
Koza's lock glows.
Yeah.
Avelios just glows.
You're so
So
magical.
natural.
Always glowing.
I have a
Maybe
good
it's-
skincare
Maybe
regime.
it's Maybelline.
So my concern with identifying the staff is that I will have to touch it.
I mean, are we really going to walk out of here not knowing what the staff does and just leave it behind?
No, I really don't want to.
I think
Oh, yeah, it's
I
identifying.
want to touch it so bad.
let's be prepared for this then. Koza, you have means of like stopping magical influences, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you be ready to do that in case Curie starts like something starts happening to her?
Sure.
And then
And if
Curie,
the
you can
thing on
cast
the
her
table,
spell.
yeah, if the thing on the table starts moving, I'll hit it a bunch.
I touch it.
Take my bow out too, and being ready for
Should
that.
I just cast it again?
Unless you want to wait 10 minutes. How many first level spell
You
slots
touch
you
it.
got?
You touch it.
I-
Do you touch it?
Hold on.
Do you touch
Yeah,
it?
you
She
got
is
so-
gonna touch
you
it.
got
but-
so many spell
No, I
slots.
used one.
Okay.
If I touch it, something bad's gonna happen.
Do it.
Or Bear's just messing with you because
Should I
that's
just
what he
cast
does.
Do it. Wait, doesn't somebody...
it.
Do you still have the amulet? Casting touch spells through it?
And I
Yeah.
have the other one.
Oh, you could touch it.
Okay, so I guess it's whether we want Saul or Curiosity.
So,
What do you think?
as I alluded to, I do have evasion now. So if something is trapped, that would work potentially if it's a dex save. But then I'm also, wise AF, being a monk.
Yeah, your wisdom.
Unfortunately, identify wouldn't work because it's not self-cast, it's touch.
Oh, is it self?
Oh, it's
okay,
self.
okay, okay.
I thought
So that's why we had the vampiric touch was self.
You're right.
Right.
I could work through him.
Got it. I'll
Yep.
touch it. I touch it.
Alright.
Okay, you touch it. First off, as you touch it, are you casting identify or you're just touching it?
No, I'm gonna cast identify.
Okay, you cast identify and it's similar to that time stop spell outside. It's just associated to whatever's laying down on the bed, the stone. I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of it.
Slab.
Yeah,
Altar.
altar, slab.
Altar's worse.
It has a pillow on it, so it's like they kind of cared. And then as you remove, are you lifting it up or are you just touching it?
I'm just gonna touch it to cast a spell.
It's gonna touch it. Okay, it seems to just be affecting the time stop over the.
Are you alright?
Yes.
Are you under duress?
I mean a little bit.
What's the magic?
It's a lot like the time stop trap. It's sort of stopping time.
Lord Stonewaffle in his best Seamus
Impersonation.
Impression.
impersonation. That's the word. Impression. Yep.
Nothing.
I don't know what will happen if I let go.
Well, what is it? What time is it stopping? What is it affecting?
The body.
So is whoever's under there still alive?
Koza puts her face up to the glass.
You see, it's not really glass. It's like a faint little shimmer over the whole thing. So you're gonna get right up to the face.
Don't touch it.
I don't touch
And you can
it.
see, like, it looks like an eyeball move, but it's just like a light
Oh.
just staring straight back at you.
Hi, I'm Koza.
Oh no.
He can't. do
I know.
anything.
I know.
It's like,
If I remove the staff, something is definitely going to happen because it's going to disrupt whatever is going on here.
Probably not do that.
Right, we don't want to do that, right?
But
Yeah, that's my thought.
we also might be doing this person a favor. They might owe us one.
Or he's going to attack us.
Especially if they're undead. That's definitely probably the case.
But we have their stuff.
I don't need a staff to cast magic.
I imagine it helps.
I'm also afraid of letting go of it right now. No.
I vote no.
You vote no what?
Well, we have... Here's my counterpoint. It seems like the way out of this is going to be going through some sort of fiend or demon or something. This person might be able to help us out with that.
Or he might
Also
try to kill
haven't
us.
checked the other sigil yet.
That too. I will step through that if everyone wants me to.
Oh no.
Isn't there still a chest in here we need to check?
Shall
Or
we
no,
do
that
the buddy
had the book
system?
in it.
So what?
The body system.
We can't go through at the same time, can we?
What if we hold hands?
Oh, we could try that.
Maybe.
Go, someone go piggyback on somebody else.
Koza just, let's go.
I step through.
You step through what, this one over here. You end up back down into the study room down here to that first sigil which you ended up on.
Oh. Then I walk back across the room to step on the one that goes back to the room that everyone else is in.
Okay, you end up back here.
All right, it's just sort of turned around, so no, that one takes us back to the room we were in before.
Well, that's good to know.
Right.
Can I not touch this anymore?
You can do what you want.
We're ready in case it starts moving once you take your hand away.
Okay, I let go. Does anything bad happen to me?
Is the staff still on its little pedestal?
Yep, I leave it.
Everything's fine.
This looks really valuable, though.
Don't
Yeah, I
tempt
mean,
me.
have we
want to
stolen
take
anything really worth it yet?
I took
like-
2 gems worth, I think, like 5,000 gold or something.
But
So
that's...
10,000 golden gems,
Then there's that magical book which you found over there.
which we haven't properly identified yet, but out of character, yeah, that's worth a lot.
Yes. Oh, don't.
This has to be worth a lot, though, if they put this sort of protection on it.
I kind of want to take the staff just to set off whatever's going on here. It feels like a time bomb in my hometown.
Fine.
So everyone sees Koza moseying over to the other sigil, the one that goes to the demon room.
Do they watch the
I rolled a
stealth roll?
1 on my stealth. I don't
Saul
think...
does still have a hand on the chain, I think, and is like, Koza? Koza?
What?
They step on it, they both go through.
Gotta go that way. Let's all go together at least.
But there's nothing left to do in here.
That's not true. I take the staff.
Yes!
Staff. Okay, you lift up the staff. Can I
Her-
get everyone in this
So
room
proud
to
of
make
you.
a
I'm
con
not-
save?
Her name is Curiosity.
We all
You
make
hear a
concerts.
scream,
Yes.
and everyone needs to make a con
Oh,
save.
Lord in heaven.
Mine's pretty good. Well,
I'm gonna use my inspiration from doing the recaps.
Oh, who's...
That's much
Okay,
better.
well,
That's an 18.
18.
26.
12.
25.
God damn it.
Okay,
You're the one-
Do you have a
everyone got
reroll?
less
Do you
than
have an
a,
inspiration?
Wait, can I reroll?
if you want.
I have an inspiration.
Maybe you should have named yourself Hubris. Go.
I would have killed that tiefling off so fast.
Hey. That's my,
Worse.
That's my husband.
Take
Okay,
that away.
everyone who rolled less than a 13, your health is reduced to 0.
Bye.
She just falls over. Ha! I do a cantrip of spare the dying on her.
Thank you.
She still had saving throws.
Yeah, I know, but it's a cantrip and I'm just gonna do it.
That means I don't.
And at the same time, the robot just, well, the suit of armor robot thing just sits up and stretches like, "Ugh."
I'm gonna go ahead and cure wounds on Curiosity.
Hi,
Oh,
I'm Koza.
Fallen also immediately runs over to Curiosity to... doesn't have anything to use. Well, you do have the healing potion.
It's in my pocket.
If he's healing you, I'll wait and see if you want to use that or not.
Koz is going to address this dude. What's your name?
I can show you this image. The image comes with 2 pictures as they can change shape on a long rest.
No.
Oh, so cool.
Yes.
What game are we playing, Barry?
Right now, he is the big bulky version, and he's like, "Hi, my name's Aravan. How
Aravan,
can I help?"
I'm Koza.
You healed 23.
Whoa.
curiosity.
Oh, hey there.
Thanks, buddy.
In case you didn't pick up, David knows of this character because
This is my character in his game, and he hates it.
Oh god.
I love him.
Yeah.
Can we get how
Curry,
you spell it
alright?
in the chat, please?
pardon.
How do you spell this guy's name?
Lowercase Aravan.
A-V. Okay.
Curry, okay?
I don't know. I feel okay. I mean, not great, but okay.
You just dropped there like a sack of bricks. Went white as a ghost.
Pick up the staff.
Are you a protector?
I guess
Are you a
I
construct?
can. No, I'm living.
Ooh. Are you going to hurt us?
Yes.
No, why would I hurt you?
She kind of just fell. She looked super dead when you woke up.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Oh, you set off the trap. There's a little lead box in the stand, and he'll kind of like bend the stand which had the staff on it over so you can see it. And be like,
Ooh.
they covered it in lead so people couldn't detect it. So when you lifted it up, it kind of. But
That's
I
very
could've
smart.
saved you
Is that really all it takes? Is lead?
to block. Yeah.
Lead's very
Or like
bad.
so much stone, and then you see him looking around, and he's like, "We're missing something." And as he says that, this stone wall just crashes in, and a large iron golem steps out, and it's like, "That's who we're missing." He doesn't look happy.
Oh, why is he so upset?
Intruders.
They're intruders.
Can you tell him
Yeah.
we're not?
I don't have the control rod.
Koza, you have
Oh.
the rod.
Grab your rod, Koza.
I've grasped the rod
Not
very
again.
firmly.
Not again.
Grabs the rod. You gonna use its last charge to turn this dude off, or you gonna?
Grasp the rod and
With
turn
With
it
both
on.
hands. I'd like to turn him on. Well, or I could turn him back to our side.
Grasp the rod
Not
and
with
turn
one
him on.
charge.
What?
Not with one charge.
Oh. Sorry, buddy. I'll turn him off.
Savannah's dead. Sure.
Hand
I'll
motion
give it
to
later.
Okay. And then the eye golem just stops moving. It's like, well, that was. Most people get knocked out by that. I
Oh,
did,
and then
and then I was like,
The golem comes.
and then I was like, just stuck. And the golem rebuilt itself into the wall because he's a dick.
Oh.
You see this big armored dude just walk up and just slap it. So it's metal on metal.
Bing.
Wait, is that why you were on the table?
Yeah. Snuck in here, I don't know how long ago. Been a while.
Ooh. Are you going to be our friend now?
I guess.
Why did you sneak in here?
I got a letter. And good job. Come sneak in here. I was looking for a
Ooh.
missing dwarf, and I thought maybe he's in here.
I
He
got
wasn't.
a very similar letter.
Do you still have it?
No.
Oh.
Interesting. Have you met the big fuck off creature that's back out through that portal?
No, I didn't step on any sigils. There was a nice fancy staff here, and I thought I want it.
Right.
You can have it. You found it. You freed me. It's all yours.
Thank you. Do you want to help us?
I'll help you get out of here.
Well, it seems like the only way out is going to be back through the portal with the thing.
Right. We're doing a heist.
What's my cut?
Getting saved is your cut. We can put you back on that table.
And with this, you didn't realize how big he actually was, and then he stood up to you, and you realize he's like over 7 foot tall. He is massive, and he's like, "You're what?"
Fallen just continues to step. We'll push you back on the table.
All right, hold on. Settle down, everyone. We're not being mean to each other.
I'm not being mean. This is professional courtesy.
This isn't professional. You're just being a dick.
We saved him. He bungled his job. We saved him in the process. He doesn't get a cut of our take. If you find anything on the way out, that's fair game. But
what if I buy you a drink? And I'll play you a song.
We can offer you further employment. We run an adventuring guild ourselves. Plenty of money to be made.
Okay.
See?
I joined a guild.
I just like to point out the flaw.
I like these two, and he's going to gesture at Aeos and goes up. They're nice.
I saved you. She did save you.
As well. Okay, these three are nice.
Thank you. I almost died saving
Saul's
you.
really nice too. He's just quiet.
I haven't judged him yet.
All right.
But this one, and he just pokes on the chest. I'll take 2 bludgeoning damage because you're weak.
Whoa!
Okay, comparatively, let's not have an issue here.
Compared to this guy, yeah, you kind of are.
Can I go through the portal now? I want to go make another
let's
friend.
all go see that demon.
Oh no.
It might be a devil, we don't know.
Real talk. Is there any way for me to tell like anything about this thing that Fallen saw? Do you do that bad of a job of describing it?
He describes it as best as he saw.
He did wave
He was
to
there
you.
for like a second. His like big red thing with all.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
Like,
get
walks
his
in,
social security
big
number.
circle, massive red dude turns around.
We didn't
And he's
exchange
got.
numbers.
If it attacks us, don't use fire. That's all I've got.
Wasn't planning on it.
I'll protect you 3. And Aravan
Aw.
gestures too.
I'll protect you too.
Fist bump.
Can I go? Can I go? Can I go? Can I go?
Yes.
Yes. I go through the portal.
Bam, okay. You all go through the portal. And this portal, you can all move over to it. I'm not going to stop you.
I'm not gonna stop you.
You see the big circle in the middle. It's a ritual summoning circle. And you see up top what looks like a poorly colored in like Pokeball. It's a little table with a sacrificial dagger that you would probably know, Curiosity, that's used for demonic summoning rituals.
It's a demon. In case
In
anyone
the
cares.
middle, standing in the center, is a large pit fiend.
Hello.
It's definitely a demon.
He's like, hello.
I'm Koza.
Oh, hello, Koza. I don't really he doesn't have a name. Why did they not name this guy?
You could name him Barry.
Okay.
Name him Barry.
His name's Barry.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Barry.
Hey, you're the guy that ran before when I went to say hello.
I did. You sort
Is
of...
everything all right?
Mm-hmm. Wasn't expecting to
That's
come back to this room.
Oh, so you weren't planning on coming to see me? Okay.
I was.
He didn't know you were here.
I didn't know you were here.
You saw me. I
I-
turned around to say hello, I got hit, and then you left.
I had to go back and get my friends.
And then you said you didn't know you'd be coming back.
I'm
You're a
sorry.
very nice person.
I'm apologizing.
And then
He
you
doesn't
see
do that very
Aaron
often.
going,
No, he
I
doesn't.
really
No,
don't.
it's not just me. He's just rude to everyone.
Yes, but we did come into this tower expecting everything in here to try to kill us.
Are you the owner of
It's
this
only
tower?
like... No, I got summoned by the owner. It was like Waffle Stomp or something. I don't know.
That sounds right.
So you're an actual demon.
Yeah. Could you do us a favor?
What?
I just have so many questions.
Could you like just scratch a bit of this ritual sigil away?
Let you go back, or do you want to go out?
Let me go back.
Right.
I mean, wait, if we kill you, you go back, right? Isn't that how it? That's always how it works in the stories.
That's not very nice.
That's
No.
wrong. That's wrong. You don't want to kill me. I know secrets.
About
I
what?
know the town guard don't actually run this town.
Well, we know
No.
that.
Yes.
We know that.
You wouldn't
too.
believe who runs this town.
Who?
Who?
Ooh,
Crime families.
No way.
Just like this guy here.
no.
Saul
You're
poses
mistaken.
full on with his wings pointing towards Aeos.
That is surprising. That's some good information there.
It's
Look,
That's
My family is not a crime family, right? We're just nobles. We run this town.
right. Why were you summoned?
Harder. I don't know. The guy's like, oh, it worked. That's cool. And he's like, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go buy something. And then he left, and
Never came back.
yeah, it's been at least a
Just like
century.
mortals.
Fallen leans over to Curiosity and is just like, do you know if we scratch the thing, is that going to let him out or is that going to send him home?
No, it's absolutely just going to let him out.
Right.
Look, I promise I'll teleport straight back to hell. And then if you're ever there, you can catch up.
It's a demon.
Right. You know, that's an intriguing offer. We're probably going to have to pass.
Why?
He's a demon.
So we're just going to
I
go to
felt-
that sigil over there.
Right, and I'm a fae. That doesn't mean that I'm going to trick everyone into doing things when they tell me their names. Or have power over them.
He did sort of just lie to us.
How?
You said if we broke the circle that it'd send you home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'd be able to teleport there.
But it's not really what you led us to believe.
Okay. What happens if I sweeten the deal?
With?
I sensed a disturbance the other day. Some evil people are back.
Yes! The 4 horsemen of the,
Armageddon.
Armageddon. The
Yeah.
4 horse people of the Armageddon. Do you know where they are?
No, but I know where one of their weapons are.
Is it in water?
No.
And how would you know that?
Because we've all heard the rumors. We've tried finding it ourselves.
Who's we?
People like me down
Demons.
in hell.
Why did you want it?
Demons.
Power.
Powerful
What's him
weapon,
down to?
magical. Like what? Is this guy all there? Does he not understand power?
He just likes to ask questions.
I will say Saul after we figured out, based on what was in the library, the information on where the things were, has like a little mini map that has the locations of all the things. So we can at least check against that if he gives us a location.
Okay.
Well, so we have the locations already, though. So
We have,
Yeah.
we have what we think are their locations, so we could confirm one. And no matter what, if he's going to give us another location, either he's lying or we check the other 4 and there's nothing there, and we go there and there's something there, it gives us a 5th option.
so he gives us the location, and then we let him out.
Yes.
I mean, no, right? We can't let him out to go kill everyone in this town.
No, he's gonna go right back to hell.
Teleport back to hell.
Okay. So,
Someone inside
worst
check
case,
the demon.
You
let him out of
don't
the circle. Again, this is the worst case, just hypothetical. He's lying to us. He tries to kill us. He tries to kill everyone in the town. That's pretty bad.
Yes.
If everything is above board, we let him out. He tells us where this weapon is. We check it against what we know. He goes back to hell. In the worst case, he tries to kill us. We just kill him back for trying to kill us. And then he'll be in hell, and we just try to avoid him if we ever end up in hell.
Look, there's 9 of yous here, okay? And 1 of me. I have no weapons. Do you really think I'm gonna be like, hey, look, I'm gonna attack the people that just freed me when they're fully armed and ready for it?
Right.
I'm leaning over to Full and going, I've already almost died twice for you people. And also, demon. He doesn't need weapons.
So we're on the same page. We're not letting him out.
No.
Does anyone have Zone of Truth? That sucks, because if you did, it would be the same thing I'm saying now.
I promise that if you tell us where this thing is, I will let you out of the circle.
They're not
And
going
I
to let me out
promise-
before I tell you?
What?
You're not going to let me out first and then I tell you?
No. But I'm a
Okay.
fae, I have to keep my promises.
I'm a demon, I don't, but I will.
Right.
See,
That's
look,
why you
I
have
was
to go
honest
first.
there.
And I will promise, if you try and kill any of us, we will kill you so hard and eventually find our way to hell and kill you
any
again.
of you while I'm trapped in here.
Right, that's why you need to tell us and then I'll let you out.
Uh,
I'm not doing it by accent anymore.
Which is why we should just kill him while he's trapped in there,
No,
right?
that's-
the easiest.
what if we just, you know what? This would be easier. What if we mostly kill you and then we let you out? That
Can
way
I
we,
leave?
That's
Can
where
I
we
go
know it's
home?
going to be super easy if push comes to shove.
Can you make a wisdom save, please?
That was a fucking pit fiend stat.
Sorry.
Not sorry.
Guys, it's a
You
pit
guys
fiend.
could have
Can't
just
kill a pit
let
fiend.
him out. Be nice.
When curiosity starts saying, all the stuff about can I leave in being weak, Saul would move and extend one of his wings in front of her and try and shield her.
Oh, buddy.
Does a 13 make it?
No.
I rolled a 3.
He is
no.
charmed, and then Koza's just gonna walk over as
I have
everyone.
advantage against spells and other
Ooh.
magical effects.
Okay.
Hold on. That's a 25.
He makes it.
Look, okay, there's one underneath Carathor Castle. There's a little secret room. But it's blocked off by a barrier.
Soul?
I assume that matches up with one of the ones I have on my map. Because we
But you
knew
know there's one in Carathor, you just don't know exactly where, but you know the room he's described.
I think that's where we first were.
Right. I don't remember seeing a barrier and a big destructive weapon, but I'm assuming it might have been hidden if we were down there.
Well, the person pretending to be the king has been working on it for a while.
Been trapped here for a century. How do you know what's going on outside?
Demon.
Because it's been going on for ages. Is that an alarm or someone calling me? That's a phone call. I'll ignore it.
Do you
This
get good
is just-
service in hell?
Amazing. Yeah, no, it's been going on for centuries. The same person's been running that. Well, the same thing has been running that town. Someone dies, they become the next successor, and
I take it he doesn't mean like the family line of succession.
Wait,
You know what it sounds like.
I want
So-
to try and insight that again because it sounds like there's this one entity who has been like re-impersonating people.
yeah, that would
That's a
mean
natural 20. That's going to be 23.
yep, sounds like there's some entity that keeps just fake princess, sick king. No one's seen the king and the new princess in the same place.
so. The princess's dad, the actual king, did this to the princess.
Yeah. Is that information to be released?
That's certainly something we should know about. And does that mean that the princess that we know is part imposter, whatever it is? Even if she is the real princess?
Wait,
What
real
if the
one's
king's
still
not
alive?
actually the king? What if he's the imposter and the actual king was killed off years ago?
Or it could be Stygian doing all this.
Well, Stygian's
Oh,
got to be
nah.
involved.
So,
He's a
I mean,
lackey.
to my understanding, this plan would be the king kills his own heir to then be the next king to make it look like there's a mortal succession of kings.
No,
It's
he
a
kills
smart one,
himself,
that one.
takes over the heir.
Well, we had heard the rumors that the king was sick, so
Right,
they killed off or tried to kill off the princess
right,
and
right,
then took her place.
right.
But she's still alive.
But she's still
But
alive,
they
and that's
don't
why they're
know
looking
that.
for her.
Oh,
Yeah.
They do know
Yeah.
that she's still alive.
Because there's the fake princess that we know is still there.
Who's
right?
actually
So we
the
know
former
there's
king.
Yeah.
They're the same person.
Well, fuck
Yeah.
me.
Knew you guys were smart. You should just scrape this little line. I'll go home. You deal with that issue. If ever you're in hell, you look me up. I don't suggest coming to hell, but you never know. You adventuring types can end up anywhere.
I'm slightly more inclined to let him out now, but also so ready to throw down if he tries to kill any of us.
Should we turn the stone guardians back on? Can you do the puzzle box again and turn them back on and get them over here, and then we just peace out after we let them out?
Cuz is gonna scrape the line.
Line scrapes. Barry goes, cheers. Clicks his finger, and he's gone.
Oh boy.
He was nice. I'm gonna go over and get the paper and the sacrificial stuff from over there. Just walk through the
Well-
sigil. Does it
That
have
other
his true name
sigil-
on it?
Barry.
That's his true name is Barry.
Yeah.
Well, it's like 3 A's
Yeah,
and a
there's
couple
umlauts.
apostrophes.
Yeah.
No, just simple. Simple.
Just Barry.
Bahri.
I'll pocket all the things.
As you
All
enter
right.
through the other sigil, you notice the doors there again.
So, okay, going through this sigil takes us back to the very first room.
Yeah. Up top on the other side.
But we didn't find the dude.
Well,
He
you
hasn't
might
been
have been
home
able
in
to
like a
ask Barry
century.
about it.
But no one was asking him questions.
We did ask Barry, right? He said the guy went off to do shopping like a
Right.
century ago.
It's possible he knew more than that and wasn't saying it.
But he was being so nice.
He's a demon.
Would
Well,
Barry
I'm
lie to
afraid.
you?
Either way, there's no use crying over spilled milk. We don't know where this guy's at. We need to get out of here.
I don't cry.
All right.
You know his true name. You can just summon him back at your villa and be like, hey guys. Ozzy, how's it going?
Have we gone through all of the sigils?
Yeah.
The top right one in the main chamber? The base chamber?
That's where you ended up. If you step on that one, you just end up on the other side of that same room.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
we
so
should
that
probably
one here.
do brief run through again, just grab anything that looks even remotely valuable, and then head out.
Cool. I'll send you all that stuff. We're like 10 minutes over. We start
Oh,
over 3 hours ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You did your heist. You didn't find out who actually hired you, but you met Aravan.
well, we might be able to cross-reference with Aravan.
Yeah.
Because he's our friend now.
Yeah.
Well, most of our friends.
He's my friend now. We're best friends.
Paul doesn't make friends, apparently.
You're very upfront to him. You ran and then you said, I don't know if I'm coming back this way. Like, come on. Oh, Barry's hurt his feelings. Oh.
He hasn't had company in centuries.
Aw.
Hey,
Okay. But yeah, we have another show Thursday, correct?
Yes.
That's Elegant Suffering, Jane Austen. Boom. With monologues.
Yes. And notes.
That's pretty much all you need to advertise, monologues. And it has a wiki.
Yep,
does.
we do have a wiki for it.
And I think I'm done. So someone else, if that's not good enough sign off, take over.
That's me, I guess. I read you in, so I'll read you out. Yeah, if you want to hang out with us more, our next stream is going to be Thursday at 8 p.m. Like Barry said, this show's called Elegant Suffering. We're playing Good Society, which is a Jane Austen themed RPG. We live in the Regency era, and it's a lot of people who want to kiss, and sometimes they do, but sometimes they can't. I feel like that about sums up the show. And then for everything after that, check out our schedules on our Twitch page. It's also pinned to our Twitter. It's also in our Discord, which you can join and hang out with us and talk to us about our games and your games and video games and all kinds of games and fun stuff. Yeah, that's about it. Is there anything anybody wants to plug or talk about before we go away?
I've got another Rod game tomorrow. Check my Twitter. Lots of Rod action in that one.
She's LB Hackemup. You can find her at LB Hackemup.
That too.
But yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. So yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We'll be back same time, same place next week, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're here playing this game. And until then, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night, Internet.